The world of zombies, beginning with a golden spell at maximum level. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 1, Asking for a Title at Midnight. At night, darkness enveloped the town, with only the lights in the suburbs. The only charity cemetery in Ren Jiu town is located at the edge of the small woods at the edge of the town. The moonlight shone on the branches and leaves, and the low hum of frogs and insects could be heard from time to time. Chai? The sound of strenuous boxing practice rang out in the charity cemetery, which was particularly clear in the quiet night. Big brother, I have been practicing for an hour, can I take a break for a while? Wenkai kept his arms in a stranglehold position, his legs in a lunge, and his body was visibly shaking. There were still a few drops of sweat on his cheeks that could fall at any time. But even so, Wenkai did not dare to stop his movements privately, which shows the power of this big brother. Wenkai, are you so tired after just 2 sets of physical exercises? You usually eat so much meat. This shouldn't be the case, a slow voice rang from the rattan chair. I saw a man lying leisurely on the rattan chair. He was slender, with clear eyebrows and beautiful eyes, and his 3-dimensional facial features were like those carved on warm jade. He was wearing a plain white cloth, and his demeanor was calm, gentle and peaceful. At first glance, he looked like a scholar who was well read in poetry and books. He was Wenkai's senior brother, Lin Kaiyun. That's right, Lin Kaiyun was a crossover. He was an ordinary upmaster in his previous life. When he was editing a video about the 8 miracle skills, he suddenly had a cardiac arrest and crossed over. He became a baby and an abandoned orphan. I thought it was just an ordinary Republic of China period until the orphanage was disrupted by warlords, and I was taken in by Lin Jiu. According to the jade card I carried with me, I was named Lin Kaiyun. From this moment on, Lin Kaiyun knew that he had crossed over to a zombie world full of ghosts. However, Lin Kaiyun was not afraid at all, but was extremely excited. He had read too many novels in his previous life. Which one of them didn't come with a golden finger when he crossed over to the zombie world? Now being accepted as a disciple by Uncle Jiu is the first step, which is in line with the development of the story. However, Lin Kaiyun has been looking forward to it for more than 10 years. In addition to his good physical talent, he didn't see the damn golden finger. He used various methods to get the J token he carried with him, not to mention the essence in blood, even soaked in boy's urine, and there was no grandfather or something like that. Later, Lin Kaiyun gave up and followed Lin Jiu to learn Maotian Taoism with peace of mind. Fortunately, his talent for cultivation is really good. His physical skills are already the best among the young generation of Maotian. He has already started to learn the talisman painting, and you can almost master the basic yellow talisman spell. Bang! Bang! Suddenly, there was a knock on the door, rapid and continuous, inexplicably weird, not like a normal person. Wenkai stopped what he was doing. Although he was a little stupid and timid, he was not stupid. This kind of knock on the door in the middle of the night must not be from the master and Chu Xing. He stood up stiffly, swallowed his saliva and said stutteringly, Senior brother, it's a little cold, I'll go into the house and get you a quilt. Lin Kaiyun placed the fan across Wenkai's body and stopped him. Wenkai, I'm not cold. Go open the door and see, maybe Chu Xing is back. Wenkai knew that his little thoughts were exposed, so he immediately turned around, hugged Lin Kaiyun's legs and begged for mercy. Senior brother, I won't go. I'm scared, don't waste time, hurry up. Lin Kaiyun kicked Wenkai on the butt. Wenkai looked aggrieved, and reluctantly moved his feet and walked to the door. Squeak. The ancestor appeared. There must be something wrong outside the door. Wenkai carefully lifted the bolt and opened the wooden door. Wenkai found that there was no one outside the door, no zombies or ghosts, and his heart was finally relieved. He thought it was Chu Xing who came back from his aunt's house and played a prank, so he poked his head out and shouted deliberately, Okay. Chu Xing, is it you? A prank in the middle of the night, I tell you. Senior brother is angry. At this time, a strange and sharp voice sounded from under Wenkai's feet. The voice was unfamiliar, but the tone seemed very familiar. Who do you think I am? Wenkai subconsciously lowered his head, and saw a big yellow rat squatting and standing up. It was wearing a round hat with a hole on its head, a blood-soaked diaper picked up from somewhere tied around its waist, and a piece of rag whose color was unclear. Who do you think I am? The big yellow rat raised its head, and its eyes glowed green. Oh my god, a monster! Wen Kai closed the wooden door in panic, ran behind Lin Kaiyun as if to escape, and hid himself trembling. Brother, help! There is a monster outside the door. It is no longer outside the door, but inside the door. Lin Kaiyun's eyes were focused, staring at the big yellow rat, or more accurately, the weasel. When Wen Kai closed the door just now, the weasel had already rushed into the charity cemetery. Who do you think I belong to? The weasel squatted on the ground, and his voice was a little sharper than before, obviously a little impatient. Wen Kai did not dare to look up at the weasel, and ran into the house with his back bent. Brother, you hold it first, I will get you a magic weapon now. Lin Kaiyun ignored Wen Kai, the fool, and secretly took out the drawn fire talisman and hid it behind him. What should I do? I didn't expect to encounter a great immortal asking for a title, Lin Kaiyun kept thinking in his heart. He had never encountered such a scene before. Who do you think I am? The weasel's eyes flashed with a faint green light, and its front limbs hanging on both sides revealed sharp claws, and its voice became more and more anxious. Wen Kai hid his body in the house timidly, only showing his head and shouting, Brother, this may be a lost monster, you should answer it quickly and give it some advice. Shut up, Lin Kaiyun scolded unhappily. When mountain spirits and monsters have cultivated to a certain level, they will ask people for titles. If you help them to block this disaster, they will be smooth in the future. But some people ask for titles for good fortune, while others for karma. God knows what the situation of this weasel is. And this thing took advantage of the dark sky to scare people here, wrapped in a bloody diaper. No matter how you look at it, it doesn't look like a great immortal, and it is definitely not a serious person. The weasel actually stood up completely like a human, and approached Lin Kaiyun step by step, waving its sharp claws irregularly, rubbing against the air and making a crackling sound. Who do you think I am? The weasel asked again, his voice filled with a hint of anger. Fuck? Are you planning to fight? Although I learned the tricks of killing zombies and ghosts from my master, I am still afraid of a little yellow-skinned guy like you. Chapter 2 Who told you that your master was a boy? Lin Kaiyun took a step in the opposite direction and distanced himself from the weasel. Although Lin Kaiyun had not thought of a good way to deal with it, he was no pushover when it came to culture. His abdomen bulged and he spoke like thunder. Ask your mother, you look like a J-bar. Your mother exploded when she sat on the kang. Your father, a black man, carried the coffin and turned 2.5 weeks in the air, and the hearse of the whole family drifted. Look at you, your little bee, you stand up like a rat, and you are wrapped in a diaper. You haven't grown up yet. Why are you asking for a title? The hat is leaking. Are you wearing it on a sunny day and your face is getting sunburned? God should strike you with thunder. The weasel's ferocious momentum, which had just been pressing forward, suddenly stopped. He was confused by Lin Kaiyun's scolding, and his mind couldn't turn around for a while. It didn't have enough Taoism to begin with, and was originally prepared to force the title to save some time for hard training. Boom boom boom. Thunder crackled, and layers of black clouds filled the sky with flowers. The twinkling starry sky above was blocked by darkness, and lightning became the only light. 80 miles away, an old lady wearing a golden flower on her head, over 60 years old, suddenly opened her eyes, and her pupils were vertical. She felt a breath from the direction of Renjia town. Strange? There are still immortals from the Wang family in this area outside Shanhaiguan. No, I have to go and see. Old Chang, let's go. The old lady actually climbed the wall with her hands and climbed out of the window directly. Thunder rolled in the charity cemetery. Howl, my 100 years of cultivation. Lightning struck the weasel, and its breath dissipated instantly. It could not stand up, could not speak, and lay weakly on the ground. Caw. The weasel crawled to Lin Kaiyun's feet in pain, and a scream like a sneeze came out of its mouth. You're in such a bad shape, but you're still so fierce. Lin Kaiyun held the fire talisman between his fingertips and threw it accurately at the weasel. The sky and the earth are boundless. Use the power of heaven and earth to burn. Boom. The weasel's body was engulfed in flames, and it turned into ashes amidst screams. Wen Kai plucked up the courage to walk out, watching the weasel being burned to slag by Lin Kaiyun, and was speechless. Brother, you're scolding it to death? Lin Kaiyun didn't think there was anything special. He had caught many ghosts and zombies with his master over the years. He pointed at Wen Kai's head and scolded him, it's just a weasel. I'm not saying anything bad about you, But you've been with the master for several years, why are you still so cowardly? Wen Kai had no sense of shame at all, and shamelessly rubbed his hands to explain, brother, you are mighty and wise. I knew that the weasel couldn't do anything to you. I ran away mainly because I was afraid of holding you back. Lin Kaiyun saw that Wen Kai was a dead pig that was not afraid of boiling water, so he was too lazy to argue with him. Stop talking nonsense, and clean up this pile on the ground quickly. When Wen Kai heard that he had to clean up the ashes of the weasel, his face turned pale. What are you talking about? You're still afraid even if it's burned to ashes. Lin Kaiyun raised his hand without hesitation and slapped Wen Kai's neck. Ouch, can't I do it? Wen Kai touched his burning neck in pain and picked up the broom very reluctantly. Whoosh! Whoosh! Suddenly, a strong wind blew, and the leaves in the yard were rustling. The weasel's ashes were blown away by the wind before Wen Kai could collect them. The strange thing was that the ashes were not blown away by the wind, but were tightly gathered together. Wen Kai, hurry up, take the broom and take down the ashes. Lin Kaiyun realized something was wrong and shouted hurriedly, and at the same time quickly took off his clothes and tried to roll up the weasel's ashes. However, it was still a step too late, and the weasel's ashes disappeared with a strong wind. Damn it! Lin Kaiyun clenched his fists unwillingly. It seemed that this matter was not as simple as he thought. Wen Kai, did the master say when he would be back? Lin Kaiyun turned his head and asked Wen Kai. He couldn't handle this matter, so he could only ask the master for help. The master said he would be back after handling it, but he didn't say the specific time. Wen Kai answered truthfully. He was holding the broom at a loss, and he didn't know whether he should put it down. There is no other way. I can only rely on myself. Lin Kaiyun quickly adjusted his state. He had a hunch that this weasel might take revenge. He took out all the talismans he had drawn, and instructed Wen Kai, go find the inkstone stained with rooster blood from the master, and then take all the copper coins, wooden swords, bagua mirrors, and anything that can be used. In short, take them all at once. After about half an hour, Wen Kai followed Lin Kaiyun's instructions and took out all the things that might be useful. There were 3 inkstones, 1 large and 1 small bagua mirror, 6 chicken feather pens for drawing talismans, a portrait of Emperor Donghua, a portrait of Zhongqi, 10 pounds of glutinous rice, half a basin of cinnabar, and other miscellaneous things. Lin Kaiyun kicked an old copper pot and was very speechless. Wen Kai, I'm just very curious, why did you take this thing? Wen Kai was holding a big rooster under his arm and leading a big black dog. He explained seriously, Senior brother, this chamber pot has been used by my master for many years. I irrigate it with virgin urine every night. It's very good for exorcising evil spirits. Bullshit, who told you that my master is a virgin? Lin Kaiyun was speechless at this time. He swore that he really wanted to give Wen Kai, this idiot, a slap on the head. Wen Kai didn't expect that his master actually had such an exciting story. He left the rooster and the black dog and ran over excitedly. Really? Brother, tell me about it. Get lost. Wait for the master to come back and ask him yourself. Lin Kaiyun was in no mood to talk nonsense with Wen Kai now. He picked up a special-looking ink box and threw it to Wen Kai. Go and connect the space above the wall with the ink line to form a spider web. He opened a delicate little box and took out a brand new wolf hairbrush from it. It was made of the tail hair of the white wolf king and was the most spiritual. Wen Kai naturally recognized the wolf hairbrush. Brother, that is the master's treasure. You just opened it like this. Nonsense, it's time now. It must be something spiritual. And you took it. It has nothing to do with me. Lin Kaiyun didn't care about that. He directly inserted the wolf hairbrush into the cinnabar, dipped it in the rooster blood and black dog blood in the bowl, and drew the exorcism talisman on the wooden door with great effort. Although it was just the most basic spell, it was so large on the wooden door that even Lin Kaiyun, who is already the best of the younger generation of Maoshan, was sweating profusely. Okay. Do your best and leave it to fate. Lin Kaiyun injected all his energy to complete the last stroke. Wen Kai also completed his inkstone spiderweb and jumped down from the ladder. He hesitated for a moment and said, Brother, how about we run away? Go find the master, run for your life. The safest place now is our charity cemetery. Otherwise, if we really encounter the revenge of the weasel in the wild, we will die without knowing how. Lin Kaiyun waved his fan tiredly. He also thought about looking for Lin Jiu, but the risk on the way was too high. Wen Kai sat on the steps in frustration. Then we can only wait like this. Why panic? Maybe it's just a false alarm. Lin Kaiyun was very calm. At this moment, boom! A huge bombardment came from the wooden door. Lin Kaiyun stood up in a flash. Damn, my crow mouth. Chapter 3, Full-Level Golden Light Spell. Boom! Boom! The banging sound stopped after 2 bangs. Brother, is it the ghost of the weasel? What should we do? Wenkei squatted nervously behind the rattan chair. Lin Kaiyun ignored Wenkei. He didn't want to be beaten passively. He walked quietly to the wooden door quietly, wanting to see through the crack of the door who it was. After all, only by knowing yourself and the enemy can you know how to deal with it. This look was incredible. There were a group of yellow skins standing outside the door like people, more than 10 of them. The leader was an old yellow skin, with a half yellow and half white beard hanging on his belly. He wore a hat woven from some unknown grass, and the most terrifying thing was that his legs were completely upright. If you didn't look closely, he was a short old man. Hiss. It's broken. Lin Kaiyun took a breath of cold air. This old guy was almost in human form. He was probably an old monster who had practiced for thousands of years. The old yellow-skinned man seemed to know that Lin Kaiyun was peeking through the crack in the door, and his voice made the same sound as that of an old human being. My 2 young men, I am the 6th master of the Wang family. I came here only to resolve the cause and effect of my disciples. You should know that this restriction cannot stop us, so please take the initiative to resolve this cause and effect. I can make the decision. The little yellow fairy will not retaliate against your descendants. Lin Kaiyun took 2 steps back and pretended to be confused through the door. 6th Master Wang, right? We don't know what the little yellow fairy is. The old yellow-skinned man completely ignored Lin Kaiyun's words and continued. Mountain spirits and monsters asking for titles are the rules set by the gods. It would be fine if you reduced its cultivation, but why did you kill it? Lin Kaiyun knew that he could not hide it from the old guy, so he simply threw in the towel. That little rat spirit wants to kill me? Why can't I kill him? What? You yellow-skinned people are made of gold and can't be killed. Brother, use your scolding skills to scold them to death too. Wenkei had seen Lin Kaiyun scolding the yellow-skinned man before, and thought it was his senior brother's unique skill. Shut up. Lin Kaiyun scolded angrily, turned around and threw all the fire talismans in front of Wenkei. Wenkei, take these fire talismans. If these things break in later, just throw them all at once. Wenkei rushed out from behind the rattan chair like a cat catching a mouse, grabbed the fire talisman, and hid behind the rattan chair again in the blink of an eye. Seeing Wenkei's series of actions, Lin Kaiyun was speechless. Fuck, Wenkei, your most powerful time is when you run for your life. The old yellow-skinned man was not angry at all, and gently persuaded, young man, come out and settle this cause and effect. I promise that I will not bring harm to your descendants. Lin Kaiyun also found something strange. This old yellow-skinned man did not break in after being scolded. Could it be? Old man, can't you come in? Lin Kaiyun asked provocatively. The old yellow-skinned man seemed to be poked in the sore spot, and roared with a little anger. Do you really want to refuse a toast and drink a forfeit? Fuck your mother, old man, you can't even break this restriction, and you have practiced for so many years and have become a dog's stomach. Lin Kaiyun cursed heartily. This old man was determined to kill him, and he was not prepared to receive him in a good mood. You are just a group of little rat spirits with osteoporosis, and your legs and feet are not smooth? You think you are immortals just because you stand up like a human? Calling you a great immortal is polite. I think you are a big idiot. You have a beard at the age of 3. Look at your old appearance. Lin Kaiyun cursed, but his hands did not stop. He took out a pure black porcelain bowl and took out 3 bags of blood plasma from the interlayer of his clothes, namely 4-eyed dog blood, angry chicken blood, and black donkey blood. He poured them all into the bowl and stirred them with a jujube wood branch. The viscous liquid gradually solidified and was kneaded into a blood-red pill. Brother, it's already this late. Why are you still taking tonic medicine? Wenkei looked at Lin Kaiyun, who was actually rubbing the pills calmly, his hands shaking anxiously. You know shit. You didn't read the Maotian Taoist canon when I asked you to. This is the 3 blood exterminating evil pill. I finally got the recipe from Master. Lin Kaiyun scolded angrily. Wenkei smacked his lips and muttered, Master is so biased. Lin Kaiyun glanced at Wenkei. Shut up. You might as well think about what kind of posture you will use to die in a more elegant way. As long as this old guy breaks the ban, we will definitely die. Wenkei was frightened and trembled all over. Senior brother, I don't want to die, I'm still a virgin. You have to save me. Lin Kaiyun twitched his nose and suddenly smelled a strange smell, which was neither smelly nor fragrant. Do you smell anything? No. Quickly wet your mouth with a towel. I'll go to the house to get a towel. And you find water? Lin Kaiyun put the meatball into his clothes and ran into the house quickly. Wenkei, where are the people? Where is the water? Lin Kaiyun ran out with 2 towels, but did not see Wenkei. At this moment, Wenkei ran back with a basin, and shouted anxiously, "Brother, I got nervous and the rope of the well broke. You are really fucking awesome. You can't do anything, and you eat everything without leaving anything." Lin Kaiyun cursed angrily. Feeling the smell getting stronger and stronger, Lin Kaiyun quickly unbuttoned his pants and peed. "Hurry up, pee and wet the towel, otherwise it will be too late." Wenkei did it with a confused look on his face, and shook it nervously. With a sad face, he shouted, "Brother, I can't pee, stupid, cover it up quickly." Lin Kaiyun threw a completely soaked towel to Wenkei. Fortunately he had enough. Outside the door, the slightly complacent voice of the old yellow-skinned man came over. "You too, since you don't want to come out, I can only use some tricks." Lin Kaiyun could imagine the old yellow-skinned man holding his beard and pretending to be cool. He didn't care whether there was a towel between them or not, and he directly scolded, "Cooked bee, do you think you can subdue me with your coquettishness? You are kidding. What's going on?" Lin Kaiyun felt that breathing was getting more and more difficult, and his eyes gradually blurred. "Am I going to die like this? Master, help me." Ling. The energy of the 1,000-year-old immortal was detected, and the God-level lottery system was activated. Lin Kaiyun, who was gradually lost in the darkness, suddenly woke up, and his consciousness returned to himself. It felt like drowning for 5 minutes and suddenly rushed out of the water. Who? My golden finger, awakened. Lin Kaiyun gasped heavily. If he remembered correctly, he heard the voice of the system. System, Lin Kaiyun was still uncertain and called out tentatively. Ding, a panel appeared in his mind. Host, Lin Kaiyun, current realm, first level, holding 1 and guard in the center, merit value. 0 point skills possessed, none. Current identity, true disciple of Maotian sect, eldest disciple of Lin Jiu. Merit value required to upgrade. 1,000, merit value required for the lottery. 500, system. You are finally here. Lin Kaiyun was so moved that he cried. After waiting for so many years, he finally got this golden finger, although he didn't know how to use it yet. Ding. Congratulations to the host for getting the novice gift package. Do you want to open it? Open it quickly. Ding. Congratulations to the host for getting one of the 8 great magic spells, the Golden Light spell, max level, which has been automatically learned. Chapter 4: The Brave Grandma. Full level Golden Light mantra? Lin Kaiyun didn't have time to think about it. In the dark, a lot of obscure information appeared in his mind. The mysterious sect of heaven and earth, the root of all key, practice 10,000 calamities extensively, and prove my supernatural power, inside and outside the 3 realms. Only Taoism is supreme. The body is covered with the golden light, reflecting my body. The body and mind were unusually calm, the brain was working rapidly, and the 5 senses were sharp as if seeing a rising sun, with thousands of golden lights shining all over the chest and internal organs. Lin Kaiyun opened his eyes instantly, and a golden light flashed across his eyes, and his whole body was also flashing with a faint golden light. Is this the golden light mantra? Lin Kaiyun threw the strongly smelled towel aside. He found that the yellow-skinned man seemed to be afraid of the golden light on him. The old yellow-skinned man outside the door had a dark green light in his eyes, and he could see the situation in the yard clearly. The 8 great Taoist mantras? Boy, I still underestimated you. However, at your age, the golden light mantra is just an entry-level one, which can only drive away evil spirits. Do you think you can save your life with it? Dream on. The old yellow-skinned man's voice was full of contempt, and his skinny tail was slightly raised, emitting a stronger poisonous gas. Lin Kaiyun was not afraid at all. He took a step forward, and a golden ripple light circle flashed across his toes. The mysterious sect of heaven and earth, the root of all key, a strong golden light surged out from his body, instantly coiled around his body, and turned into a rolling golden flame. The old yellow-skinned man's poisonous gas attack was instantly evaporated, and for a moment, the entire charity cemetery seemed to be in the clouds. And Lin Kaiyun, who was in the middle, was surrounded by golden light, like a god. How is it possible? Impossible. This golden light curse is so powerful that he can't master it at his age. The old yellow-skinned man was shocked by the golden light and retreated again and again. The hair on his body was blown up, and his sharp-nosed monkey-cheeked face was full of fear. How? Lin Kaiyun snorted coldly. He had a preliminary understanding of the power of the golden light curse. He had a natural restraint against the evil spirit that harmed people like the old yellow-skinned man. He shouted in a cold voice, "Old man, I will open your eyes today. The golden light curse can transform into thousands of sword energies to attack, and can cover the internal organs to defend. And the full-level golden light curse. The golden light can transform into whatever you want, as if you were commanding an arm." The golden light around Lin Kaiyun gathered into his fists, and he swung them out suddenly. The golden fist shadows in the sky surged, like the bright sun rising into the sky, surging with incomparable power. Bang! The wooden door was blasted into pieces by the fist shadows. Impossible. Is this the golden light curse? Even the elders of Mount Maotian can't do it, so how can this kid perform it? The old yellow-skinned man panicked, and the dozens of little yellow-skinned men behind him collapsed to the ground in fear. The fist shadow, with rolling momentum, seemed to break the entire darkness. Unable to avoid it, the old yellow-skinned man clasped his claws on the ground, looked up to the sky and howled, and vomited the yellow demon pill in his body. Suddenly, a demon wind swept, forming a vortex around the demon pill that tore everything apart. The demon pill is the weakness of the demon, but also its strength. Lin Kaiyun's fist shadow made the old yellow-skinned man feel the threat of death, and he directly sacrificed the demon pill to resist. Mountain spirits and monsters use ki to contain the pill, and they all practice the art of curing diseases and saving people. The old yellow-skinned man has always been plotting to kill people, and the demon pill is full of bloody breath, so its power is naturally strong. Bang! Bang! The golden fist shadows all fell on the demon pill without missing a single one, and the vortex tore the golden light, causing violent shocks. The entire charity cemetery began to shake, and the aftermath splashed and illuminated the night sky. The golden fist shadow that had not been completely stirred up, penetrated the demon pill, and hit the old yellow-skinned man. Puff! The old yellow-skinned man could not control himself, and a large amount of yellow blood spurted out of his mouth. The demon pill hovering above his head had a crack, and ran back to the old yellow-skinned man's body in despair. The old yellow-skinned man immediately became depressed. Damn it, is this kid the reincarnation of a heavenly master? How could he have such a powerful golden light spell? Lin Kaiyun found that he had underestimated the power of the golden light spell. He didn't expect that one blow would seriously injure the old yellow-skinned man. Kill him while he's sick. Lin Kaiyun was just about to take advantage of the situation to attack when he suddenly heard a voice as kind as that of an old lady next door. "The horse's temper is as hot as fire, so I'll lead it to the leader to receive teachings. When you're practicing alone in the Golden Flower Cave, you'll see the peach blossoms wither. You'll be nameless and have a pure heart. With immortals and Taoism, your old karma will be eliminated. Your true self will appear when your mortal body retreats, and your true realm will be revealed when your Taoism heart opens. The Ma family is from the north, and I'm your disciple Yang Tihu. I'm following the orders of the Golden Flower Leader, and I'm ordered to do it immediately. The wild fairy of the Wang family, please leave quickly." Lin Kaiyun stopped what he was doing, and he didn't know whether the person who came was an enemy or a friend, so he became alert. I saw that the languid old yellow-skinned man, with several yellow hair wrapped around his body, was trying hard to burst out with a strong momentum, with bloodshot eyes, and scolded an old lady with a cane. "How dare you? There are disciples of the Chuma family and the little ghost of the Chang family here? Want to add insult to injury? Do you know who I am?" At first glance, this old lady looked no different from an ordinary person, leaning on a cane, hunched over, and without any spiritual power in her body, but the terrifying thing was that behind the old lady, there was a huge python coiled. The old lady opened her drooping eyes, and shot out a brilliant light that saw through everything. Oh! Who did I think it was? It turned out to be the sixth master of the Wang family, who stole the elixir of the Jinhu leader and ran away. "Since you know my identity, I can forgive your disrespect. Get out of here." The old yellow-skinned man was fierce on the outside but weak on the inside, and the weaker he was, the more he wanted to show his strength. At the same time, he didn't care at all that the old lady had exposed his glorious deeds. The fact that it stole the elixir from the leader of Jinhu sect was known to almost all the great immortals in the north. If it weren't for the elixir, it would not have come to Shanhaiguan as a great immortal from one of the 5 great families in the north. And it was precisely because of the elixir that it was not afraid of those humans with the ability to bind spirits. 6th Master Wang, are you injured? You dare to come here to kill people, do you want to die here? The old lady took a step forward and stuck her cane on the ground. The body that was originally no different from that of an ordinary person actually burst out with extremely powerful spiritual power fluctuations, and the figure of a yellow tiger with a hanging forehead appeared faintly behind her. You are actually... The old yellow-skinned man was very shocked when he saw the two phantoms behind the old lady. 6th Master Wang, do you choose to leave, or do you want to try with me? The old lady's tone was very calm, but everyone could hear the threat in it. You can protect us for a while, but not for a lifetime. Let's wait and see. The old yellow-skinned man was already frightened by Lin Kaiyun's golden light spell, and now he had a chance to escape. He said something cruel, and the yellow wind swept up all the little yellow-skinned men and disappeared. The old lady squinted her eyes and looked into the distance, as if she could see the direction where the old yellow-skinned man fled. Chapter 5 How to Save Yourself? Lin Kaiyun saw the old yellow-skinned man running away, but he didn't react. His previous attack consumed too much energy. At this time, the old lady put away the shadow behind her and all her spiritual power, limped around, and said kindly, "Young man, it's okay. Come out, Grandma, it's getting late, you should also go to bed early. When my master comes back tomorrow, I will come to thank him with him," Lin Kaiyun said tactfully. The old yellow-skinned man ran away, and the crisis was resolved. The old lady looked very kind, but what if? It seems that this old lady is more powerful than the old yellow-skinned man, and Lin Kaiyun's internal ki consumption is a bit large, and now he can't launch a powerful attack. After all, none of the cultivators are simple, so it's better not to go out for the sake of caution. Don't worry. Young man, I won't hurt you. The old lady naturally heard Lin Kaiyun's worry. She slowly walked to the gate, stretched out her hand and easily cut open the restriction, and your restriction can't stop me. Seeing that the old lady broke the restriction so easily, Lin Kaiyun was frightened and took 2 steps back. He was surrounded by golden light, and at the same time, he tightly grasped the 3 blood-exterminating evil pill in his hand, ready to counterattack instantly if there was any movement. Lin Kaiyun glanced at him and said awkwardly, "Ahem, old lady, you misunderstood. Golden light curse?" The old lady nodded with satisfaction, smiling, "Looking at your ki, it should be only the 1st level. You can release the golden light curse at this stage, you have good talent." She never thought from beginning to end that Lin Kaiyun's golden light curse was at the maximum level, and she never thought that the old yellow-skinned man was injured by Lin Kaiyun. Lin Kaiyun nodded silently. He was now at the 1st level, holding the one and guarding the center of cultivation. According to his master Lin Jiu, in addition to their ki refining lineage, there were also the 9 streams of side sects and the demons and ghosts that walked everywhere. Each way of cultivation had its own realm. But all roads lead to Rome, and the path of cultivation is the same no matter how it changes, all for the purpose of attaining the Tao and becoming an immortal, and achieving immortality. Therefore, the people in the Jiang who called the level of ki cultivation a level, the 9 streams of side sects a stage, and the demons and ghosts a level. The way of ki cultivation is divided into 10 realms. 1st level, holding the oneness and keeping the center. 2nd level, spiritual vision. 3rd level, extending life and being at ease. 4th level, refining the body into ki. 5th level, refining ki into God. 6th level, refining the God into color. 7th level, refining color and returning to the void. 8th level, the source of creation. 9th level, real immortal on land. And 10th level, ascension. When one cultivates to the point of refining color and returning to the void, achieving the unity of heaven and man, and the unity of heaven and man, one can obtain the tablet of heavenly master or the title of true person. The 9 streams of side sects and demons and ghosts also happen to be 10 levels and 10 grades. However, in addition to the relatively fixed ki cultivation, the level division of the 9 streams of side sects and demons and ghosts is only a reference. For example, the Tang sect in the 9 streams cannot be viewed with the normal eye. A 4th level Tang sect disciple killed a 5th level ki cultivator with a poisonous body and hidden weapons. This kind of thing is not uncommon in the martial arts world. The evil spirits were even more numerous. Lin Kaiyun had heard that some 6th level casual cultivators had joined forces to surround and kill a 7th level Jiamang. As a result, the Jiamang had some ancient blood in its body, and none of these casual cultivators escaped and were all swallowed up, The old lady looked at Lin Kaiyun's vigilant look, and did not point it out. She changed the subject and asked, "Young man, are you curious about why you can block the ban of the yellow-skinned man, but not me? If I'm not mistaken, the pen you use to draw talismans is made from the tail of a 1,000-year-old wolf fairy, and the spider web-like thread wrapped around it is also soaked in the blood of the wolf fairy. These are all treasures," the old lady explained directly without waiting for Lin Kaiyun to react. Hearing this, Lin Kaiyun suddenly realized, so the things collected by the master are so powerful. "Young man, I'm a little old, and I want to sit on this chair to rest. Is it okay?" The old lady leaned on her crutches and moved step by step to the edge of the rattan chair and sat down. "You've already sat down, why are you still asking me what I want to do?" Lin Kaiyun muttered in a low voice. The old lady rocked the rattan chair and shouted in confusion, "Young man, what did you say? I'm a little hard of hearing, please speak louder." Lin Kaiyun now felt that the old lady should not be a bad person, and asked curiously, "Nothing, that? Grandma, are you a Chu-Ma Xian? You can say that. Our Chu-Ma family in your Maoshan are known as the Southern Mao and the Northern Ma." The old lady lay comfortably on the rattan chair, squinting at Lin Kaiyun. "Young man, I see that you have a good waist. Do you want to consider switching to our side?" After that, the old lady picked up the cane and knocked on Lin Kaiyun. The old lady's whole movement seemed extremely slow, but Lin Kaiyun could not avoid it and was hit hard on the lower back by the cane. Lin Kaiyun rubbed his lower back in pain, grinning and squeezing out a sentence. "Hiss, it still hurts. Grandma is still strong. Wow, Grandma, although I am over 70 years old, you little kids still can't get away." The old lady looked at Lin Kaiyun's helpless look and laughed heartily. "That Grandma, you take a rest. I'll go see my junior brother." Lin Kaiyun didn't plan to ask more. The more you know about some things, the worse it is. Let's wait until the master comes back to talk about everything. The old lady patted her thigh comfortably and said slowly, "You don't have to look. The fainted person was attacked by the weasel stench. Your Taoist magic is useless. It can only be solved with weasel's urine." Lin Kaiyun looked at Wenke, who fainted on the side, smacked his lips sympathetically. "That? Grandma, do you have weasel's urine?" "Weasel's urine? Of course I have it, old lady." The old lady took out a small transparent bottle from her waist. "That's great, Grandma. Thank you on behalf of my stupid junior brother." Lin Kaiyun forced himself to take the transparent bottle. From the outside, it looked like there was some pulp inside, thick and yellow, not to mention how disgusting it was. Lin Kaiyun pinched his nose, aimed it at Wenke's mouth, and put the bottle of weasel urine on it. Gulp. Gulp. Wenke drank it all without dropping a drop, and a lot of white foam came out of the corners of his mouth. Cough cough cough. Wenke gradually woke up, wiped his mouth, and struggled to sit up. "What is that? It's so sweet. Do you have any more for me?" Lin Kaiyun glared at Wenke with contempt. "Don't worry, I will make sure you are full and drink enough in the future." The old lady lying on the rattan chair suddenly sat up flexibly, opened her eyes and asked, "Young man, although you have saved your junior brother, how are you going to save yourself?" Chapter 6, Don't Leave Feng Lin Fengjiao behind. Save myself? Lin Kaiyun was a little puzzled. Wenke, who was standing by, heard the voice and noticed the old lady on the rattan chair. He raised his hand and pointed and asked, "Brother, this old lady is..." "Shut up," Lin Kaiyun yelled in a bad mood, and then turned to the old lady and asked respectfully, "Please Grandma, please help me solve my doubts." The old lady patiently explained, "The great immortals pay great attention to cause and effect. You killed the descendants of Master Wang Liu and were tainted with a hatred of his lineage. And because of what happened just now, Master Wang Liu will also blame you for his anger towards me, so you may not be able to live in peace." Lin Kaiyun knew when he heard this that people with profound knowledge like to show off their mysteries. The old lady in front of him must have a way. He humbly asked, "Grandma, please give me some advice." Of course the old lady would save Lin Kaiyun. As a horse-riding immortal, she couldn't watch the scattered immortals hurt people. Originally, she just saw injustice on the road, but because Master Wang Liu connected her and Lin Kaiyun into cause and effect, if she didn't save Lin Kaiyun, she might suffer a great disaster in the future when she was in the immortal class. Yes, and there is only one way, that is, the immortals go out and set up a hall. Only in this way will the immortals dare not risk damaging their merits and harm the disciples who go out to perform rituals. The old lady was a little embarrassed with her crutches. After all, Lin Kaiyun was already a disciple of Maoshan. Before Lin Kaiyun could react, a loud voice came from outside the door. Who said this is the only way? Wen Kai jumped up excitedly and greeted the door. It's the master's voice. The master is back. In a breath, two people walked in. A righteous middle-aged man, carrying a wooden sword on his back, a bagua mirror on his waist, and upright features. The most distinctive feature is the eyebrows that are almost connected in a line. It is Lin Kaiyun and Wen Kai's master, Meiyoshin's true disciples Lin Jiu and Lin Zhengying. The man next to him, dressed in blue-gray cloth and quite energetic, is another junior brother of Lin Kaiyun, Jiu Sheng. Master, Lin Kaiyun called respectfully. Lin Jiu looked at the messy yard and the broken wooden door, pointed at Wen Kai's nose and scolded, "What's wrong with you two? I've only been out for 2 days, what trouble have you caused again?" "Master, we were wrong." Wen Kai lowered his head in grievance. He was used to his master pointing at his nose and scolding him. Lin Jiu glanced at Lin Kaiyun and criticized, "Kaiyun, you are not qualified as the senior brother, and you didn't handle the problem perfectly." Lin Kaiyun nodded with a grin. "I will definitely improve." Wen Kai squeezed Jiu Sheng with his arm. "Jiu Sheng, why does the master seem to be praising the senior brother?" Jiu Sheng smiled gloatingly. "It's your fault that you always get into trouble, and the master has always loved the senior brother the most." Lin Jiu walked around Lin Kaiyun and walked in front of the old lady. The ki in his body gradually surged out. Although his realm was not as good as that of Granny Tihua, he was not inferior. He clasped his hands together and pushed forward to greet people politely. "I am Lin Jiu from Meiyoshin. May I know which branch of the northern Chu Ma clan you are from?" Seeing that Lin Jiu had given her enough face, the old lady also stood up with the help of a cane. The moment the cane touched the ground, it dissolved Lin Jiu's ki. She smiled and returned the greeting. "I don't deserve to be called a great god. I am just an ordinary disciple. I am several decades older than you, and I have a relationship with the elders of your Meiyoshin. You won't suffer any loss by calling me Granny Tihua." Lin Jiu was polite, but angry. "Grandma Tihua, thank you for your kindness to my disciple. My disciple is the leader of the younger generation of Meiyoshin, and I absolutely cannot lead the immortals to go out." Lin Kaiyun came to Lin Jiu's side and whispered, "Master, Before Lin Kaiyun finished speaking, Lin Jiu directly drew out the wooden sword and said loudly, "Don't worry, that 1,000-year-old weasel, no matter whether it is a demon or an immortal, don't worry about its revenge, just kill it. No matter how poor our Meiyoshin lineage is, we will not be afraid of a small weasel." Lin Jiu did not show too much hostility, but the meaning of his words was very clear. Lin Kaiyun was speechless. He knew that Lin Jiu might have misunderstood. Ho, the people in the martial arts world say that Meiyoshin has fallen into decline. Seeing all the young talents today, it seems that the rumors in the martial arts world cannot be trusted. Granny Tihua did not mind, but laughed heartily. "In that case, I will not bother you, old lady." Granny Tihua leaned on her cane and limped towards the door. "Kaiyun, Wen Kai, give Granny Tihua a big gift and thank Granny Tihua for saving you tonight." Lin Jiu gave Lin Kaiyun and Wen Kai a look. He was approachable, but now he pretended to be cold. There was nothing he could do about it. Who made Granny Tihua want to steal his precious apprentice? Lin Kaiyun and Wen Kai formed the Tai Chi Yin-Yang seal with their hands and bowed deeply. "Thank Granny Tihua for saving my life." Ha. "From now on, the martial arts world will still depend on you young people." Granny Tihua narrowed her eyes and smiled as she walked. Suddenly, Granny Tihua stretched her cane to Lin Kaiyun's waist, dragging the shaking jade token, and shouted in shock, "Where did you get this?" Lin Kaiyun took off the jade token in surprise. "I have been wearing it since I was a child. Maybe it belongs to my cruel parents." Granny Tihua asked Lin Jiu with a serious face. "Lin Jiu boy, can you come into the house with me? Just you and me. You guys clean the yard. You are not allowed to come in, okay?" After Lin Jiu finished speaking, he made a gesture of invitation and walked into the house first. He knew that Granny Tihua must have something important to do. Granny Tihua changed her limping appearance, dragged her cane, and followed Lin Jiu in with agile steps. Wen Kai came up curiously. "Brother, what does this mean? How should I know?" "Hurry up and work. And Jiu Sheng, you are the luckiest this time. Do more." Lin Kaiyun directly assigned tasks to Wen Kai and Jiu Sheng, and he was also in a daze at this time. Wen Kai and Jiu Sheng pouted, and worked reluctantly but did not dare to resist. "Isn't my jade token simple?" Lin Kaiyun looked at his jade token in confusion. Could it be that he was also caught in a cliché plot, a persecuted child of a large family? After about a quarter of an hour, Lin Jiu and Granny Tiho came out talking and laughing. Under the puzzled gazes of the three disciples, Lin Jiu walked in front of Lin Kaiyun and asked meaningfully, "Kaiyun, are you willing to lead the immortals under the guidance of Granny Tiho?" "Master, you have changed too fast." Lin Kaiyun was shocked by Lin Jiu's change. Lin Jiu patted Lin Kaiyun's shoulder earnestly. "Master will not force you, everything is up to you to decide. But leading the immortals will be very good for you." Lin Kaiyun glanced at Granny Tiho and looked at Lin Jiu seriously. "Master, if I lead the immortals, will I still be your disciple?" Chapter 7, Step on the 7 stars, unlock the horse, and get fortune. Lin Jiu was very touched when he heard Lin Kaiyun's words. He couldn't help laughing happily, and deliberately gave Lin Kaiyun a punch with a tense face. "What's the matter? Don't you want to be my apprentice?" "Ouch, it hurts." Lin Kaiyun rubbed his chest and smiled happily. It's good to have many skills, and according to what Lin Jiu said, it will be very beneficial, so he doesn't reject it. But if he can't be Lin Jiu's apprentice after going out, then he is definitely unwilling. In the past 10 years, Lin Jiu is not only his master, but also the family member he respects the most. Fortunately, the two are not in conflict now. Lin Kaiyun stood up and said seriously, "I am willing to lead the immortals to go out." Grandma Tiho knocked the ground happily with her crutches. "Okay. Old lady, as your assistant god, tomorrow morning is a good day. Burn incense, set up an altar, step on the 7 stars, open the horse's studs, and unlock the horse locks." Although Lin Kaiyun was very curious about what the two people talked about that could make the master have a completely different change from before, he knew that now was not the time to ask. "I just hope everything goes smoothly tomorrow, especially his golden finger." Lin Jiu pointed to the still messy yard and said, "Kaiyun, Chu Sheng, Wenkei, hurry up and clean up the yard, then lock the door and go to sleep." Lin Jiu thought for a while and added, "By the way, Kaiyun, don't practice anything tonight." The darkness in the sky gradually receded, and the golden morning sun slowly rose. Oh! In the charity cemetery, the big rooster that was spared from death last night crowed in the morning sun. Lin Kaiyun was destined to have a sleepless night, and walked out of the room with obvious dark circles under his eyes. "Kaiyun, didn't you sleep well last night? This doesn't fit your heartless personality." Lin Jiu also walked over from behind, looking at Lin Kaiyun's dark circles and teased. No matter how optimistic Lin Kaiyun was, he couldn't help but feel a little worried. "Okay, master, stop teasing me. Where are Chu Sheng and Wenkei? It's already late, and they haven't gotten up yet." As soon as he finished speaking, Chu Sheng and Wenkei, with dark circles under their eyes, walked in from the front door carrying large and small bags. Chu Sheng put down all his things and complained with a gasp, "Big brother, we are not as happy as you. We too got up in the early morning and went door to door to buy things in the town." "That's right. If it weren't for master's face, we would have been beaten a lot." The poor Wenkei took off the 2 1.5-meter long incense sticks tied behind him with all his strength and put them on the ground carefully. "Wow, guys, I'm sorry. I'm an old lady, and I feel a little heavy. I got up late." Granny Tiho also walked out of the guest room and resumed her limping walking posture, but her laughter was still hearty. Lin Jiu smiled and said, "It's okay, Grandma Tiho, it's not a big deal." Lin Kaiyun grinned foolishly. He didn't expect that after a night, the two of them looked like good friends for many years. Grandma Tiho's heavy eyelids opened a crack, just in time to see the dark circles under the eyes of Lin Kaiyun and the other two, and raised her crutches enthusiastically. "Why do you guys have such big dark circles? Is it because of kidney problems? Come on, let me, the old lady, light some incense for you to see." Lin Kaiyun looked at Grandma Tiho, who looked like she was about to rush over, and waved her hands quickly. No, Grandma, we didn't sleep well." Yes, Chu Sheng and Wenkei also echoed on the side. Grandma Tiho put down her crutches and laughed loudly. "Ho ho ho, just kidding you, the old lady, like to play with young guys like you." Hiss. This hearty laughter scared Lin Kaiyun and trembled. Oh. For some reason, the rooster, which usually crowed only once, crowed once again. Lin Jiu pinched his fingers. Granny Tiho, the rooster crowed twice. "The auspicious time is coming, young men, burn incense." Granny Tiho tapped her cane, and two 1.5-meter-long incense sticks stood up by themselves as if they had become spirits, and the tops of the incense sticks burned without fire. Granny Tiho looked at the two floating wisps of fireworks on the top of the incense sticks and shouted, "The tributes of the 5 major families, whose grass rolls, cigarettes, Wang's Kala, wine, Liu's crooked-necked phoenix, roast chicken, Wei's snowflakes, steamed buns, Bai's yellow round oranges." Chu Sheng and Wang Kai placed them behind the incense sticks in the order they were called. Granny Tiho had already explained these fairy words, so they naturally understood what they meant. At this time, Granny Tiho took out a written petition from somewhere and read it loudly, her voice resounding through the world. "Today, I pray for the blessing and auspicious disciple Lin Kaiyun. Because of the predestined relationship, I have a deep affinity with the immortals. I hereby report to all the leaders, gods, and immortals. I hope that the auspicious clouds will come to the incense hall to help the disciple Lin Kaiyun step on the 7 stars, open the horse's hoop, and unlock the horse's lock. However, the disciple Yang Tiho is dull by nature, and the immortals have taught me to pray for the BMW to open the rope and the fragrant cart to rise from the clouds. The immortals have come, and there is a response. Master Jinhua, the jade carriage has arrived, the horse is open and the rope is untied, and great luck and celebration, huh?" The petition in the hands of Grandma Tiho rose without wind, slowly flew to the roof, and burned itself. After Grandma Tiho felt that the petition was completely burned, she told Lin Jiu, "Prepare to worship the 7 stars. Place the stools according to the positions of the Big Dipper, use the bowls of heaven and earth to put the 5 grains, and then insert 7 incense sticks, and put them on the stools together." Generally, when leading disciples and immortals to go out, there are usually 2 helpers, the Great God and the Second Great God. The Great God communicated with the Great Immortal, and the Second Great God helped. Fortunately, Lin Jiu was there, otherwise Granny Tiho would have to spend more energy. After all, finding the position of the Big Dipper during the day is something that only a Taoist practitioner can do. After Lin Jiu finished placing the objects, Granny Tiho actually opened her eyes completely, with a gleam of light in her eyes. "Lin Kaiyun, kneel down to worship the 7 stars, be recognized by the heavens, and be blessed by the heavens." After hearing this, Lin Kaiyun knelt down directly towards the position of the 7 incense sticks without hesitation. The moment Lin Kaiyun knelt down, the 7 incense sticks on the stool spontaneously ignited. And they quickly shortened like the wind. In the sky where the sun was shining, there were 7 positions that flashed with light that surpassed the sun. A ray of light flashed in Lin Kaiyun's mind, as if he had been troubled by a problem for a long time, and suddenly thought of a solution, and it suddenly became clear. Lin Kaiyun only felt that his ears and eyes were sharp, as if he could see through everything around him, and at the same time he could feel that the spiritual energy around him seemed to be more active. Lin Jiu felt the change in Lin Kaiyun's aura and woke him up loudly. "Kaiyun, you are about to break through to the 2nd level. You have accumulated a lot of strength, but now is not the best time. Try to suppress the rising ki in your body." As soon as he finished speaking, a strange dark cloud appeared above the cloudless sky. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story, and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 8, He is a cultured person after all. The sky was clear and there was not even a white cloud, but a dark cloud appeared. The dark cloud was floating fast and flickering, and it stopped right above Lin Kaiyun, blocking the position of the 7 stars. The dark cloud was surrounded by dust and yellow air, and a small yellow flag could be seen inside. The word injustice seemed to be faintly written on the flag. "It's bad, the dark cloud is covering the sky." Lin Jiu's eyes were focused and his expression was serious. He turned his head and asked Granny Tiho, "Granny, can we ask Kaiyun to move to another place or suspend the horse riding ceremony? The dark cloud covering the sky may cause great disasters." The dark cloud covering the sky is not just a feng shui problem, it is simply a clear sign from God, telling you that you are going to be unlucky. Lin Jiu is only concerned about Lin Kaiyun's safety now. Leading the immortals to go out to fight the yellow-skinned man's revenge is a matter of the future. Let's deal with the dark cloud first. It's useless. This is the revenge of Master Wang Liu. Granny Tiho looked up at the dark cloud, holding the cane tightly with her hands, making a creaking sound. Granny Tiho held the cane and said with gritted teeth, "This is the enemy creditor of Wang Ling who asked the gods for revenge. Master Wang Liu is so courageous. He would rather his weasel descendants lose their chance to become immortals than to avenge them. He has guts, he has guts." When Lin Kaiyun saw Granny Tiho's look, he knew that this level would be difficult to handle. He was also very speechless. Is this old yellow-skinned guy mentally retarded? I just killed your cannibalistic and wicked descendant, and you used the fate of all your descendants as the price for revenge. Lin Kaiyun now really wanted to point at the old yellow-skinned guy's nose and curse, "You idiot, you will lose money in business." Granny Tiho shook her head. It was not difficult for her to deal with this dark cloud. She could just find a random immortal to replace it, but it happened to appear just when they were going out to worship the 7 stars. She hunched over and said helplessly, "I can only temporarily lead the immortals to do it, although it will damage your Taoism. But if you force it, your 7 stars will be robbed, and your fate will always carry the bad luck of dying an untimely death." Before Lin Kaiyun could react, Tiho Granny suddenly straightened her back, raised her cane and pointed it to the west and cursed, "You old yellow-skinned spirit, you are playing shameless, right? Don't let me find you, or I will definitely put the eternal black in your eyes. Chop off your standing ruler with a tiger head gelatin. Insert the orchid grass pole into your head. Hang the red rope in the flower arrangement embroidery building. Let me send you more sea slices." Huh? Tiho Granny let out a long breath and returned to her previous demeanor. Lin Kaiyun was stunned at this time, stunned and stunned, secretly giving Tiho Granny a thumbs up in his heart. This old lady is a cultured person after all, and she seems so high-end when scolding people, and he didn't understand a word. Granny Tiho thought that Lin Kaiyun was frightened by the dark clouds, and kindly comforted him, "Child, I miscalculated, it's okay. Don't worry, I will settle this account for you." Lin Kaiyun recovered and said, "No, Granny, I don't think we need to stop the horse riding ceremony. Kaiyun, don't make a fuss, you don't know how difficult the dark clouds are." Lin Jiu scolded, shaking his sleeves. If it weren't for the fact that the horse riding ceremony had not been completely suspended, he would have rushed over to deal with Lin Kaiyun. "Master, I'm not making a fuss. I really have a way. I'm sorry I can't tell you for the time being." Lin Kaiyun did not leave the position of the 7 incense sticks, and said seriously with his hands folded in the same place. Granny Tiho kept staring at Lin Kaiyun's eyes, and laughed easily after dozens of seconds. "Wow, good boy, I believe you. How sure are you?" Lin Jiu asked Lin Kaiyun with a serious face, and he was still very worried about Lin Kaiyun's safety. 70%, Lin Kaiyun showed full confidence. Little did he know that Lin Kaiyun was also panicking at this time. Of course, 70% of it was just a lie. His method was to not suppress the ki in his body and advance to the second level of spiritual vision. He was betting on the rewards of the system. Anyway, all the time travel novels he had read were like this. "Okay, if you are sure, just do it boldly. You have the master." Lin Jiu knew that although his beloved disciple was not a good person, he was not vague about the major issues. Chu Sheng and Wen Kai also hugged their chests and shouted in unison, "Yes, senior brother, there are still us. Although our skills are not as good, we have good physical strength." Lin Kaiyun grinned, "It's past, it's past. I'm not going to die. Do you want to move me to death? But I still thank the master and the 2 junior brothers. Now it's my turn to show you my skills." After that, Lin Kaiyun opened the restrictions on his internal organs and let the ki in his body circulate wantonly. The spiritual energy in the charity cemetery continued to increase. This was the momentum caused by the promotion of the cultivators. In an instant, Lin Kaiyun's eyes brightened up, and he was able to capture the spiritual energy around him. The feeling just now returned. The spiritual energy around him continued to flow into Lin Kaiyun's 5 senses, which was extremely refreshing. Lin Kaiyun could clearly feel that his 5 senses of form, sound, smell, taste, and touch were all greatly strengthened, and the ki that could be mobilized increased several times. Ding! Congratulations to the host for advancing to the 2nd level, spiritual vision, and receiving a promotion package. Do you want to open it? Yes. The bet was right. Now it's halfway to success, and it depends on what you draw at the end. Lin Kaiyun couldn't help but get excited in his mind, and shouted loudly, "Open the gift package. Congratulations to the host, you have obtained Yang Wulei, full level. Automatically used." It turned out to be Yang Wulei? And it's full level. Lin Kaiyun is so familiar with it. Yang Wu Lei is the most yang and powerful thunder method in the Five Thunders orthodox method. As the saying goes, it is clear, lively, dignified and bright, open and close, and fierce. But why is it Yang Wu Lei? Are they mocking him for being a virgin? Forget it, time is tight now. Lin Kaiyun has no time to study it carefully, and he directly exits the system. The spiritual energy in the art is gradually no longer abundant, which just proves that Lin Kaiyun has completed his promotion. He looked up and saw the dark cloud above him, which still had no intention of dispersing. Now Lin Kaiyun has only one thought in his mind, that is, blast it. Lin Kaiyun's fingertips were dancing with dense and violent white lightning. He suddenly raised his hands high. Old yellow skin, you play dirty, I will give you yang. 10,000 thunders, countless lightning leaped from his hands, and at the same time, dense lightning popped out above the sky. The center of the lightning in two directions was the dark cloud above Lin Kaiyun's head. Chapter 9, Great Divine Power, the Art of Shrinking the Earth into an Inch. The sky was filled with lightning, squeezing the dark clouds above. This was the benefit of reaching the maximum level, the moment when Yang Wu Lei was obtained. Lin Kaiyun only felt that there was this thing in his body, or in his consciousness and cognition, and he could use it as he wanted. However, reality is always very bleak. Lin Kaiyun looked at the dense lightning with a confused look on his face. Why is it so thin? The effect is completely different from what I thought. Although the lightning was indeed a little thin, it played a very good role in restraining the dark clouds composed of resentment and hatred, and it was visibly breaking up the dark clouds covering the top trend. Lin Jiu looked at the crackling lightning and was suddenly shocked. Is this thunder method? How could Kaiyun know this kind of thunder method? When Granny Tiho saw the command flag and the dark clouds gradually dimmed, she laughed with her crutches in both hands. Wow, I didn't expect that it was actually dealt with. It's true that heroes emerge from young people. I was right, old lady, this thunder method has some of the charm of Xianxi Mansion. Lin Jiu didn't respond. His heart was already in turmoil. He also saw that this thunder method had traces of the Five Thunders of Xianxi Mansion, and the realm was so high. Could it be that Kaiyun had been hiding it from me before? Soon, Lin Jiu shook his head and laughed at himself. Kaiyun successfully resolved this disaster. He should be extremely happy. As for the others, who cares? Lin Jiu shouted with concern. Kaiyun, don't be stubborn, do what you can, don't worry. Master. I'm quite good. Lin Kaiyun was full of energy and seemed to be at ease, which also gave Lin Jiu a reassurance. In the time between cups of tea, the lightning released by Lin Kaiyun's hand slowly decreased, the yellow flag in the dark clouds completely dimmed, and the dark clouds completely dissipated. The sky was the same as before, as if nothing had happened. At the same time, in a cave 100 miles west of Ren Jiu town, an old yellow-skinned man wearing a round hat vomited yellow blood and fainted on the ground. After the old yellow-skinned man fainted, a black figure appeared above him, grabbed the old yellow-skinned man from behind and disappeared. Brother, you are so awesome. Brother, you are so awesome. Chu Sheng and Wang Kai were like two little fans, talking to each other. Lin Kaiyun shook his aching arms and felt nothing for the actions of these two guys. If he was not still in the horse-riding ceremony, he would definitely kick them. Boy, follow me into the house. Kneeling in front of the incense hall, Grandma Tiho called Lin Kaiyun and limped into the house. The incense hall was set up by Granny Tiho herself last night. She said that Lin Kaiyun was special, so it was different from other incense halls. A square table was covered with red cloth all the way to the floor. On it were 9 incense sticks, 9 cups of tea, and a bowl of soybeans. Lin Kaiyun walked to the front of the incense hall and knelt in the futon. Granny Tiho took out a 9-foot red rope and tied Lin Kaiyun from head to toe, leaving 2 joints at the position of the legs and tied them on the top of the small copper lock, which was locked. I am the god of power, in charge of the horse-driving affairs in the world. The Monkey King has sent an order to untie the rope without asking for the name and surname. I will cut it with a fierce knife, and thousands of horses will gallop in an instant. Granny Tiho picked up the new knife that had been prepared long ago, put her palms together, and cut at the red rope. At this moment, Lin Kaiyun heard light footsteps coming from beside him. He felt that there seemed to be many unclear phantoms in his mind, whispering constantly. Ah, my head. Lin Kaiyun felt a splitting headache and couldn't help shouting. It was as if his brain was being cut by a knife or an axe. He didn't even know if he was awake. Click. A light and shadow shot out from the jade plate on Lin Kaiyun's waist and drilled into the copper lock. The locked copper lock suddenly opened automatically. At this moment, Granny Tihu seemed not to be an elderly person over 70 years old. She quickly wrapped the red rope around the copper lock. Granny Tihu grabbed the copper lock and shouted, "Wake up!" Lin Kaiyun opened his eyes immediately, and all the painful feelings just now disappeared. Granny Tihu patted Lin Kaiyun's shoulder kindly and handed the tied copper lock to Lin Kaiyun. "Child, you are now a qualified disciple, and you can go out to benefit the people in the future." In the charity cemetery, in front of the incense hall, the 9 incense sticks had burned out. "I can go out? That's it, Granny Tihu. Where's my great fairy? Is it a weasel or a fox? Why can't I feel anything?" Lin Kaiyun shook his whole body and looked at his hands in confusion. "This is the same as usual. There is simply no difference. Child, normally the great fairies of the 5 great immortals will not come to Shanhaiguan, but your great fairy is different." Granny Tihu stood up with the crutches and answered Lin Kaiyun's question. Lin Kaiyun was even more confused. "What do you mean, child? You don't need to invite your great fairies or perform a shaman dance. They are on your body, in your consciousness, and in your heart." Granny Tihu secretly glanced at the jade card and limped out of the house, leaving Lin Kaiyun with only these words and a hunched back. Granny Tihu walked to the door and suddenly turned her head to remind her, "By the way, please treat every elf that is destined to you well. They will all be your future partners." What do these words mean? Lin Kaiyun reacted, stood up and ran to the door quickly. At this time, Tihu Granny had already walked out of the yard. Just when Lin Kaiyun chased to the wooden door, he saw the staggering figure of Tihu Granny disappeared, and when she appeared again, she was 100 meters away. Lin Kaiyun looked at the figure 100 meters away, mobilized the ki in his body and shouted, "Tihu Granny, can you give me another hint?" Tihu Granny heard Lin Kaiyun shout, turned around and laughed. Then, as if she jumped through space, she disappeared completely, leaving only her hearty laughter. Ho ho ho! At some point, Lin Jiu came to Lin Kaiyun's side, looked in the same direction and said, "Kaiyun, the fate is over, don't force it. Tihu Granny is a person with great magical powers, she should be using the technique of shrinking the earth into an inch." After that, Lin Jiu patted Lin Kaiyun's shoulder encouragingly. He was worried that Lin Kaiyun would be troubled by this. Lin Kaiyun muttered, "This thing is like teleportation. It would be great if I could do it. It would be much more convenient to travel in the future." Lin Jiu almost sprained his waist after hearing what Lin Kaiyun said. He picked up the wooden sword angrily. "You little bastard, you always have those evil thoughts every day." When Lin Kaiyun saw that his master was angry, he ran away. "Master! Master! This is not an evil thought, I am just eager to learn." Chu Sheng and Wen Kai looked at the two people chasing with excitement. It was so interesting to see the eldest brother being beaten. Chapter 10 Why Repair Low-Level Dragons? The matter was resolved, and everyone felt relieved. The charity house also returned to its usual pace. Chu Sheng and Wen Kai were caught by their master to continue practicing physical skills. Lin Kaiyun said that he needed to rest, but in fact he was just lying on the rattan chair and being lazy. Although his body did not move, he had already entered the system and opened the attribute panel. Host, Lin Kaiyun, current realm, level 2, psychic vision, merit value. 0 point skills, golden light curse, max level, Yang Wulei, max level, current identity, Mei Ocean sex true disciple, Lin Fengzhao's eldest disciple, and Shu Ma Xian, merit value required for lottery. 5,000, merit value required for upgrading. 10,000, Lin Kaiyun saw several more changes on the panel. Never mind, let's take a look at the notes left by Tihu Granny first, and understand it clearly first. Lin Kaiyun exited the system and read the notes carefully from beginning to end, without missing a single word. Chu Ma family is actually a kind of shamanism or a continuation. The immortal who cultivate spirits will find a disciple, also known as a disciple, to possess him to do good deeds and save people, and accumulate virtues. The disciple is the agent of the immortal walking in the world. But what did Grandma Tihu say before she left? Lin Kaiyun looked at the obscure words in the notebook, and couldn't help but think of Grandma Tihu's words before she left. For some reason, his mind was trapped in a kaleidoscope, and the things he experienced during the day turned into fragments and kept flashing back. Lin Kaiyun's mind became more and more tired, and he fell asleep involuntarily. Suddenly, Lin Kaiyun felt a sense of weightlessness and his body kept falling. He opened his eyes suddenly and wanted to break free, but he couldn't do anything. He only felt lonely and dark, and couldn't feel the existence of his hands and feet at all. Gurgle. Is this in the water? Feeling suffocated, Lin Kaiyun's consciousness gradually blurred. Ah! I won't drown, I can swim. After an unknown amount of time, Lin Kaiyun shouted and fluttered. Where is this? Lin Kaiyun found himself standing on a patch of tender grass, with a few bright flowers under his feet, emitting a fragrant aroma. Not far away was a pond, flashing a faint blue light, and behind it was a towering mountain. The narrow stream of water violated the rules and flowed from bottom to top, toward the mountain. The birds were singing and the flowers were fragrant, and the mind was relaxed and happy. There was floating white mist all around, like a fairyland. Creak. Who? The sound of footsteps stepping on the grass came from the white mist, which instantly awakened Lin Kaiyun. The golden light in his body surged, and the golden flames coiled around him. Young man, I have no ill intentions. An old man walked out of the white mist. He was wearing a woven grass coat and holding a dark green snake staff. There were obvious two bulges on his back, which made his body abnormally bulging. He could only stand with the help of the snake staff. The old man looked old, but his hair was lush and black, showing a completely opposite vitality. Lin Kaiyun asked vigilantly, Old man, who are you? Where is this? Who? Where? When you get old, most people can't remember. The old man shook his head, suddenly picked up the snake staff and knocked his head, and slowly said, I remember. I think my last name is Shen. This is my home. I'm waiting for you. This old man was too cruel to himself. Lin Kaiyun was startled by the old man's actions, but what surprised him even more was that the old man said he was waiting for him. He cautiously tried, Old man, I'm sure I don't know you. Did you remember it wrong? Otherwise, you send me back first, and then slowly recall it. No. The old man raised the snake staff, the tip of the staff burned, and drew a small snake mark on the grass, and said kindly, After you sign the horse contract, you can go back at any time. Horse contract? Lin Kaiyun was dumbfounded and exclaimed, You can't be my great immortal, right? The old man shook his head. I don't know, I just remember waiting for you for a long time, and I must sign a horse contract with you. This. Still an old fool? To be honest, Lin Kaiyun was still a little hesitant. After becoming a disciple of a horse, he was looking forward to his own great immortal. Even if it was not from the 5 great immortals, a domineering tiger wolf scattered immortal would be fine. As a result, it turned out to be a somewhat confused old man. Although Lin Kaiyun knew that people should not be judged by appearance, no matter how he looked at this old man, half of his feet were buried in the loess, and he didn't know if he had any other plans. Old man, which of the 5 great families are you from? I don't know. Old man, are you a scattered immortal? I don't know. Old man, what is your true form? It's me. The old man's answer completely made Lin Kaiyun give up. He decided that unless it was absolutely necessary, he would never sign a horse contract with this old fool. Just when Lin Kaiyun was about to plan how to get out of trouble, the old man left a word and his body suddenly disappeared. But if you want to see my true form, that's fine. Boom. The dark blue pond kept rolling, condensing huge bubbles, bursting with a bang, and the water droplets turned into light rain all over the sky. Oh my god, what is this? Lin Kaiyun was shocked by the scene in front of him. A huge figure gradually rose from the pond, and its shadow covered the sky. The 2 eyes were like bright pearls, and the thin whiskers on the head were intertwined with the white mist, just like an immortal. Lin Kaiyun raised his head and opened his mouth wide. Is this a snake? This huge body is about to cultivate into a dragon. He knew that whether it was a great immortal or a monster, the larger the body, the longer the years of cultivation. The big snake in front of him must have been at least 1,000 years old. Dragon. A rumbling sound came from the sky, and the huge snake spoke in human language. Why should I cultivate into such a low-level dragon? Dragon is low-level? Don't you python immortals and snake immortals dream of cultivating into dragons? I don't know. Well, even in the original form, he still looked confused. Can I sign the horse contract? I'm a little sleepy and want to sleep. The rumbling sound came, deafening. However, Lin Kaiyun didn't have time to care about these things now. He had to sign the horse contract quickly, fearing that the big snake in front of him would go back on his word. How do I sign it? The little snake on the grass, just imprint it on your body, anywhere is fine. Lin Kaiyun looked at the little snake burning on the grass, made up his mind, took off his upper body clothes directly, and lay down with his back to the mark without hesitation. No matter if it's old and confused, this huge body is enough to scare people. The law of true fragrance is indeed true everywhere. Lin Kaiyun's right shoulder was pressed against the mark, and the burning pain of the fire came immediately, but it was still bearable. Crack! Lin Kaiyun's mind seemed to be struck by lightning. Chapter 11, Zhengai Dao Shianshi Mansion. Lin Kaiyun's head felt like it was being cut by a knife or an axe. The intense pain completely overshadowed the burning sensation of the snake mark. He wanted to hold his head at this moment, but his body could not move. The intense pain made Lin Kaiyun's body twitch. Heaven and Earth Mysterious Sect, the root of all Qi. Lin Kaiyun forcibly used the golden light mantra, and the golden light surged out of his body, which reduced the pain in his head a little. Boom! An inexplicable force appeared, and the golden light was blown out easily like a candle. The pain in his head became more and more intense. Lin Kaiyun remembered that it was written in the notebook that the more powerful the immortals were, the more intense the pain would be. But, this is too fucking painful. Bang! Lin Kaiyun sat up directly from the rattan chair, and his clothes were soaked with sweat. I'm back? Is what just happened true? He was very confused, touched his shoulder, and took a breath of cold air. Hiss, the mark is still there, it's burning. At this time, Lin Jiu brought 2 cups of kung fu tea and walked to the rattan chair. Kaiyun, you look sweaty, how is it? Is everything going well? Lin Kaiyun paused, looked up at Lin Jiu, and said, Master, everything is going well for me. Lin Jiu nodded, handed a cup of kung fu tea to Lin Kaiyun, turned around and sat on the wooden stool. He absent-mindedly took a sip of tea and asked, Kaiyun, did you use thunder magic before? Did you master it before? Lin Kaiyun knew that Lin Jiu would definitely ask about Yang Wulei, so he had already thought of an excuse. It was thunder magic. When I was worshipping the 7 stars today, my jade token emitted a burst of energy, and I suddenly knew it. That's good. Lin Jiu's heart was also at ease. He watched Lin Kaiyun grow up, so he naturally knew whether Lin Kaiyun had learned it or not. However, this involved external skills, and asking to confirm it was also an explanation to his master. Lin Kaiyun was a little stunned for a while. In fact, in order to cope with it, he made up a lot of excuses, including psychological processes. As a result, Lin Jiu actually believed it directly. He couldn't help but touch the jade token on his waist, thinking, I know that this token must be extraordinary. I will saw it open and study it carefully when I have time. At this time, Lin Jiu drank the kung fu tea in one gulp and moved his stool to Lin Kaiyun's side. Kaiyun, show me your thunder method again. Lin Kaiyun didn't know what his master meant, but he did it happily. He opened his left hand, and a small snake made of white lightning leaped at his fingertips. It looked cute and playful, but its aura was furious and fierce. Lin Jiu stared at the little snake and sighed. Kaiyun, your thunder method is not the lightning thunder fist of Maotian, nor is it the basic skills such as the palm thunder. It is very similar to the 5 thunders orthodox method of the Shianshi Mansion. Did you know that, Master? I don't know, and I can't tell the type of skills. Lin Kaiyun answered affirmatively. He shook his hand, dispersing the small lightning snake, and looked at Lin Jiu in confusion. Are you talking about the Shianshi Mansion that is closed in the mountain? Shianshi Mansion is a region located in the southeast. Its history can be traced back to the Zhengai Dao of the Han Dynasty. Because every generation has a Shianshi born, and there has never been a break. It has been called Shianshi Mansion over time. Lin Kaiyun has learned through hearsay over the years that there are many sects and clans in this world. For example, Wudang, Shushan, Qimen's huge family, Wugenmiao family, etc. However, after the Industrial Revolution, all of these martial arts sects were closed without exception. It has been nearly 100 years. Only a few sects whose skills are mainly used to exorcise ghosts and catch monsters still allow disciples to go out, including the Maotian lineage. Lin Jiu has never told his disciples about the martial arts, but he was not surprised that Lin Kaiyun knew that the Shianshi Mansion was closed. He nodded and replied, it's the Shianshi Mansion that has been closed for nearly 100 years, but as long as you didn't learn it secretly, there is no problem. Then can I still use this skill outside? Lin Kaiyun expressed his doubts. If someone who is not from the Shianshi Mansion uses the skills of the Shianshi Mansion, even a fool knows how this will develop. Lin Kaiyun is not a reckless man, and he is not confident enough to fight against a sect in the past 10 years. He has glimpsed a little bit of this world, and feels that this world is very deep. Yes, why not? I see that you can already condense any shape, so you must have reached a very high level. This will be a help for you." Lin Jiu naturally knew what Lin Kaiyun was worried about, but he himself didn't care at all. "Are you really okay?" Lin Kaiyun asked in a low voice. He had seen a lot of such plots in novels and movies. He was not afraid of wearing shoes when he was barefoot, but he was worried that it would cause trouble for Lin Jiu. As if Lin Jiu saw through Lin Kaiyun's thoughts, he slowly stood up and patted Lin Kaiyun on the shoulder. "Kaiyun, this world is very complicated. The reason why I have never told you is because it is not the right time yet." Lin Jiu put his hands behind his back and turned to look in the direction of Maoshan. "Kaiyun, remember, although my Maoshan lineage has been practicing the art of exorcising demons and catching ghosts, it is not a small sect that anyone can bully. My disciple did not steal or rob the skills he realized. Even if the contemporary old Xianxi of Xianxi Mansion came, he would not dare to touch you in front of me." When he said this, the key under Lin Jiu's feet swept out like a whirlwind, and crackling sounds continued. Just when Lin Jiu was full of pride, Wen Kai and Chu Sheng heard this strange noise and rushed out with a carrying pole and a broom. "Master, is there another monster coming to the door?" Puff, haha. Lin Kaiyun couldn't help laughing and waved his hands at Chu Sheng and Wen Kai. "Nothing, the master is expressing his true nature." Lin Jiu looked at the weapons in their hands and scolded them angrily. "Even if there is a monster coming, what's the use of you two holding a carrying pole? Go back to practice." Chu Sheng thought that he might have disturbed the master, so he quickly dragged Wen Kai back to the inner courtyard. Lin Jiu stared at Lin Kaiyun with a stern face. "What are you laughing at?" "It's funny, no, master, I think you were very tall just now." Lin Kaiyun gave Lin Jiu a thumbs up. What he said was really sincere. Lin Jiu's words just now made him feel very warm in his heart. Lin Jiu's expression eased a lot. "Humph, you have a conscience. By the way, master, I want to ask you, do you know my thunder method?" Lin Kaiyun smiled and moved closer to Lin Jiu. "Can you?" "It's just thunder magic, but its essence remains the same no matter how it changes. Even if your teacher has never practiced it, I am more than qualified to guide you." Lin Jiu knew that Lin Kaiyun was provoking him, but he didn't want to embarrass himself in front of his apprentice. Chapter 12 Lin Jiu's forays different kind of competition. Lin Kaiyun smiled with satisfaction. This was exactly what he wanted. He had been worried about the effect of Yang Wulei before, and now he immediately asked, "Master, just as you said, my thunder method realm is already very high. I have exerted my full strength, but why do I always feel that the power is not enough, and the lightning is so thin?" Lin Jiu glanced at the well in the art and explained to Lin Kaiyun in an image and patient manner, "You have just been promoted to the second level, spiritual vision, so it is normal that the power is not enough. To make an analogy, your skill realm is the amount of water, and your cultivation realm is the bucket. The amount of water determines your upper limit, but how much water you can scoop out in the end depends on the size of your bucket. So that's it." "I understand." Lin Kaiyun nodded, and suddenly his mind was opened. To put it in more vivid terms, the realm of the skill is equivalent to the software app, and the realm of cultivation is equivalent to the configuration of the computer. No matter how powerful your app is, if the computer configuration is not good, it can only reach the lowest effect. And it will crash from time to time. Now that you understand, go and have a rest. You didn't sleep last night, and you're tired today, Lin Jiu said with concern, and turned to the backyard. Lin Kaiyun suddenly remembered the great immortal Wang Xianqing, and shouted to Lin Jiu's back, "By the way, master, can you give me a small house? I want to set up a hall." Lin Jiu didn't even turn his head, raised his hand and pointed to the house on his left hand. "There is an empty house next to the charity cemetery, you can go and fiddle with it. But you have to clean it up yourself." "Okay, thank you, master." Lin Kaiyun was satisfied. Anyway, the great immortal didn't have any requirements for the location of the hall. At this time, there was a muffled sound of jumping outside the door of the charity cemetery, like knocking on a wooden stake. The muffled sound outside the door was naturally very familiar to Lin Kaiyun. "Master, Uncle Simu is here again." Lin Kaiyun shouted into the house. He was 100% sure that it was Taoist Simu outside the door. Because only zombies jumping in a line would make this kind of sound, like knocking on a wooden stake. He had heard it countless times in the past 10 years. Every time Master Simu sent a client to Renjia town, he would come to the master. "It's only been a few days? Why is he here again?" Kaiyun, don't open the door for him. Just say I'm not at home. Lin Jiu's impatient voice came from the room. Well, these two are fighting again. Lin Kaiyun shrugged helplessly, but still walked to the door and opened the wooden door. He knew that the master was just angry, and Lin Jiu and Master Simu had a good relationship. Since Master Simu met a friend from the Shenji sect, he always showed off some strange things to Lin Jiu. Lin Jiu had not found a way to refute, so he would hide every time to avoid getting angry. I saw that a Taoist priest with a beard and a pair of novel glasses outside the door was Taoist Simu. He shook a copper bell in his hand and led a group of zombies into the yard. Jump! Jump! Stop, Kaiyun, I knew it must be you who opened the door. Simu was not surprised to see Lin Kaiyun, and put the copper bell on his waist. Then he took out a bell with two sides in an arc shape from his waist belt, put his mouth to one end, and shouted to the room, Kaiyun, where's your master? He is pretending not to be home again. Suddenly, Lin Jiu kicked the door open angrily with a wooden sword in his hand, and rushed out with his sword raised. Simu, you bastard, I must beat you up today. Simu took a wooden stick from his arm calmly, pressed his fingers on the stick to shoot out a thin line, and accurately tied Lin Jiu's wooden sword. Simu smugly put his face forward. Hey, senior brother, we are all people who practice Taoism. We can't always fight and kill. People who practice Taoism should do whatever they want. Today I am going to beat you up. Lin Jiu kicked Simu in the chest. Ouch, senior brother, you are really killing me. Simu took 2 steps back uncontrollably, holding his chest in pain. Just when Lin Jiu thought he had finally gotten his revenge, Simu suddenly tore open his clothes in excitement, revealing a pair of specially colored ring armor. I'm just kidding you, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt, I'm so mad. A stream of ki gushed out of Lin Jiu's palm, flicking off the thin wire tied to the wooden sword. Master, look, Uncle Simu finally came to visit. You should be magnanimous. When Lin Kaiyun saw that Lin Jiu had used ki, he quickly hugged the master from behind. You know, when they fought directly, they always used physical techniques, fists and feet, but he didn't expect that he would use ki today. It seems that the master was really angry today. Lin Jiu pushed Lin Kaiyun. Kaiyun, let go, I must teach Simu a lesson today. Lin Kaiyun came up with an idea and winked at Lin Jiu. Master, what's the point of comparing this strange and ingenious thing? If you want to compare, you can compare your skills with Uncle Simu. Have you forgotten the thunder method you taught me a while ago? Lin Jiu reacted immediately and put the wooden sword behind his back. Well, Kaiyun, in this case, show your uncle the thunder method I taught you. Lin Kaiyun didn't care what Taoist Simu thought. He waved his hands, and violent electric currents continued to shoot out from his arms. This thunder and lightning that everyone kept away from, and even regarded as a divine punishment, was very obedient in Lin Kaiyun's hands. In an instant, Lin Kaiyun used thunder and lightning to form a painting between his hands, and there was a big bird flying with its wings spread. Simu originally didn't want to take up the topic. He had only cultivated to the stage of refining the body into ki, while Lin Jiu had already reached the stage of refining ki into godhood. It would be strange if he could win in a competition of skills. But the moment Simu saw Lin Kaiyun perform it, he was completely shocked. Brother, you actually know this thunder method? Even Kaiyun has mastered it to this extent. Simu opened his mouth wide, and his fingers trembled with excitement. Seeing Simu's look, Lin Jiu forced himself to hold back his laughter. But it was not easy to catch this opportunity. How could he let it go? Lin Jiu put his hands behind his back and admonished Simu in a pretentious manner. On the path of cultivation, the right way is the best. My Taoist school emphasizes the unity of man and nature, but you must not ignore yourself. Junior brother, you use these external objects indiscriminately, and you may go astray. Of course I know, I'm just playing with these. Simu was not angry at all after being scolded, and he threw these gadgets aside. Simu changed his attitude and ran to Lin Jiu enthusiastically. Brother, please teach me. Lin Jiu was so happy that he secretly gave Lin Kaiyun a thumbs up with his hand behind his back. Humph, that depends on your attitude, Lin Jiu said coldly and turned to walk into the house. Simu followed him actively. Brother, wait for me. Lin Kaiyun dispersed all the lightning, leaving only a small lightning bolt shooting at the roots of the tree next to him. Chu Sheng, Wenkei, I know you are peeking. Hurry up and drive these zombies into the house. Wenkei raised a banana leaf and looked out from behind the tree and asked in confusion, how do you know we are here? Shut up. Otherwise, we will be the ones smoking later. Chu Sheng looked at the scorched smoke at the roots of the tree and slapped Wen Kai on the back of his head. Lin Kaiyun ignored them and walked straight to the house on the left side of the charity cemetery. He was going to set up a hall. Chapter 13, Not a Mother. This house is close to the street and was where the original owner of the charity cemetery lived. After Lin Jiu took over the charity cemetery, he was no longer afraid of corpses and simply lived inside the cemetery, leaving this room empty. Squeak. Lin Kaiyun pushed open the dusty door. The room was empty, with only a few old wooden boards piled in a corner. All the furniture in this room was moved to the charity cemetery by Lin Jiu. Uncle Shen, are you awake? Since Lin Kaiyun signed the contract to be a horse spirit, he has established a wonderful connection with Uncle Shen. You know, except for the family-inherited immortal, ordinary disciples have to recite the incantation to invite the immortal to possess their bodies. Of course, Lin Kaiyun is an exception. What's the matter? The old and kind voice sounded in Lin Kaiyun's mind. Lin Kaiyun thought of the huge body of Grandpa Shen, and thought it would be better to be polite. Well, Grandma Tiho told me before that I should set up a hall after I go out. Old man, I don't understand much, but we have signed a contract. I should help you. Now I will let a little guy help you. As soon as the voice fell, Lin Kaiyun felt the fluctuation of special energy beside him, and he couldn't help shouting out when he looked sideways. Oh my god, such a big yellow skin. I saw that next to Lin Kaiyun, there stood a huge weasel phantom, which was 2 meters tall. The legs stood upright like a human, the arms hung naturally, the claws were extremely sharp and faintly flashed with cold light, the hair on the neck exploded slightly, and it looked majestic. This is my first time out, it looks more majestic when it's bigger. The weasel grinned, very satisfied with its appearance. So you were sent by Master Shen to help me? Lin Kaiyun looked at the weasel and muttered, damn, why is it another yellow-skinned one? Am I really destined to be with yellow-skinned ones? Woo woo woo. Before Lin Kaiyun could react, the weasel put its claws on its body like a human and started crying loudly. I just said something casually, so you shouldn't cry. Lin Kaiyun thought he had scolded the great immortal and felt a little bit sorry for it. I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about the yellow-skinned one who had a grudge against me before. I have been practicing in Master Shen's cave for 100 years. This is the first time I have been called out by a disciple. The weasel spoke in human language, and his tone was very sad. Great immortals are mountain spirits who have practiced virtue, and they are not as glorious as their names. There are many restrictions on their practice, so they can only hide in the deep mountains and old forests. Many immortals have practiced for hundreds and thousands of years, but have not successfully gone out to practice, and have not completed the task of saving people, and ultimately cannot be ranked among the immortals. Lin Kaiyun did not interrupt the weasel. He understood very well. It was mentioned in the previous notes that many fairies are like ascetics. In the end, they can only do nothing and turn into a handful of yellow earth. Lin Kaiyun waited patiently until the weasel stopped sobbing, and asked with concern, "What's your name? Can you decorate the hall?" The weasel answered readily, "My name is Wang Xiafeng, and I'm very good at decorating the hall." Wang Xiafeng returned to his normal size and walked around the room. The house is spacious, facing north and south. As long as it's not next to the toilet or other dirty things, you can decorate the hall. Okay, you stay here. Clean this house well. Lin Kaiyun nodded, and he was going to go out to get some necessary items. Lin Kaiyun walked to the door, and suddenly remembered something and turned around and asked, "Wang Xiafeng, this is not your real body?" Wang Xiafeng raised his head and answered truthfully, "My real body is in Uncle Shen's cave." Lin Kaiyun was puzzled, and then said, "Wang Xiafeng, come out of the cave and let me see." Normally, a disciple needs the medium of the immortal to contact the real body of the immortal, such as hair, scales, etc. But Lin Kaiyun only needed a word. In a breath, Wang Xiafeng's shadow gradually solidified. The yellow hair on his body became softer and brighter, and his body grew a lot, a full 80 centimeters. It also stood up like a human, twisting its body and showing off. How is it, handsome or not? Lin Kaiyun's head was covered with a few black lines, and he said speechlessly, "There's no female weasel here, so hold back your coquettishness." Looking at Wang Xiafeng who had returned to normal, Lin Kaiyun asked curiously, "Why is your real body different from the phantom?" Wang Xiafeng squatted on the ground and explained seriously, "The phantom is an illusion. In order not to expose the strength, it usually changes its appearance. For example, I have now cultivated to the 4th level, so my real body is 40 centimeters longer than the newly cultivated weasel. People who understand can see it at a glance. The mountain spirits and great immortals are actually monsters. The difference is that the great immortals have their own way to enlightenment, and the 5 great immortal families have their own inheritance. There are also some scattered immortals outside the 5 great immortal families, such as Tiho Granny and a tiger immortal. However, it is difficult for these scattered immortals to go out with people. It requires opportunity and good fortune. If they don't go out, they can only hide in the mountains and practice hard. The feeling is indescribable, and most of them will directly degenerate into monsters that bring disaster to the people. Lin Kaiyun nodded and understood what Wang Xiaofeng meant. Suddenly, something came to his mind, and he asked, "Can you turn into human?" "You can do it by practicing to level 6, but the current phantom is also okay." After that, a yellow-haired boy suddenly appeared above Wang Xiaofeng's body. He was not tall, wearing yellow cloth clothes, and his eyes were bright and shining. "How is it? Handsome or not? Stop, you should clean up the house quickly." Lin Kaiyun saw that Wang Xiaofeng was about to show off again, and stopped him directly. He also shook his head in boredom. It's not a female, why should he look at its human form? Soon, Wang Xiaofeng also cleaned the room clean, not to say it was spotless. Lin Kaiyun moved all the things that Tiho Granny left for him to set up the hall into the room. He looked at the clean and tidy room and nodded with satisfaction. He was probably the only one who dared to use the great immortal in this way. I wonder if those people who came out to do horse riding would be furious when they saw him like this. Lin Kaiyun followed the instructions on the notebook, put everything in order, knelt on the mat, bowed to the 8 directions, bowed to the moon, bowed to the gods, then offered 3 cups of wine to the gods, and finally burned 5 incense sticks. Done. Lin Kaiyun looked at his hall with satisfaction. A table covered with red cloth, with wood and tiles built on the side of the wall like a temple. In the front was a round copper incense burner, which contained grains and some specially made spices, and 3 special incense sticks were inserted on it. Chapter 14, Another Lottery. The spirit of the horse judges things by the incense sticks. 3 sticks are the bases and the number can be increased according to the situation. Next to it are 3 peace cards that Lin Kaiyun has blessed, emitting golden light that mortals cannot see. At the top of the hall are 4 big characters, all wishes will be granted. Lin Kaiyun looked at these 4 big characters and couldn't help but feel a headache. In fact, he didn't want to write them, but there was no way, because the horse riding handbook clearly required it. Ding. The system detects that the host has set up a horse riding hall and has obtained 2 lottery opportunities. Do you want to draw? The voice of the system sounded in Lin Kaiyun's mind. He didn't expect that after setting up a hall, there would be unexpected gains. Draw. In the huge chaos, patterns flashed one after another, and then a golden light suddenly appeared. Buzz! The golden light turned into a ball and fell right in front of Lin Kaiyun. Ding! Congratulations to the host, you have won the body movement skill, Ghost Shadow Phantom. Ghost Shadow Phantom? It looks like a speed skill. Lin Kaiyun was delighted. In terms of attack, he had Maotian Taoism, Golden Light Mantra, etc., but he was just lacking an agile skill, and this Ghost Shadow Phantom was just right. Continue to draw. With a thought, he started to draw again. The light flashed, and the golden ball opened in front of Lin Kaiyun. Ding! Congratulations to the host, you have won the unknown magic weapon, the Immortal List. Immortal List? Still unknown. Lin Kaiyun looked curiously. Boom! He suddenly appeared in a fairyland, surrounded by smoke, palaces and worlds, dazzling, and fairy-like. He floated at the top, looking at this huge area, which was lined with various strange buildings, each with a golden plaque. Lin Kaiyun secretly counted them and found that there were more than 20 to 30 of them, namely, 10 halls, sweeping hall, pressing hall, passing hall, supervising hall, guarding hall, sitting hall, receiving hall, circle hall, Fenghou hall, and medical hall. Second soldier king, leading king, collecting king. Second chief, great reporting horse, great protector. 4 boys, order boy, seal boy, flag boy, sword boy. 10 direction and voice, passing heaven, exploring earth, breaking through gates, scouting soldiers, joining soldiers, deploying arrays, circle wealth, delivering kindness, giving orders, and granting law. The more Lin Kaiyun looked at it, the more shocked he became. Are you sure this is the immortal list? Damn, why do I think it looks like heaven? Although Lin Kaiyun felt the shock at this time, he was already overwhelmed in his heart. He could feel that he was the master of this world and could operate the settings at will. Let me try, Lin Kaiyun thought for a while and lowered his voice. I am the master of the immortal list, and I have conferred the great immortal Wang Xiaofeng as the great reporting horse. Buzz! Wang Xiaofeng's real body instantly appeared in the government office of the great reporter. It closed its eyes and its body was also shining. After a while, the light gradually dissipated, and Wang Xiaofeng opened his eyes. It kowtowed in the direction of Lin Kaiyun in the air. Great reporter Wang Xiaofeng, I pay my respects to my master, my dear, stand up. Lin Kaiyun deliberately pretended to be majestic. However, before Wang Xiaofeng could react, Lin Kaiyun couldn't hold it anymore. No, it's too awkward. You stand up, let's be more approachable. You don't have to call me my master, change it. How about calling me the Hual Master? The Incense Master? The List Master? Why are they all so awkward? Forget it, it's up to you. You can call me anything, just don't sound too old-fashioned. Lin Kaiyun thought of several names and felt that they were inappropriate and sounded bad. Boss, can I call you this? Wang Xiaofeng tried to ask with courage. He didn't know if it was considered treason. In this immortal list, Lin Kaiyun could not resist. Okay, let's call you that first. We'll come up with something nicer later. Lin Kaiyun nodded. This one at least didn't sound so bad. Huh? Wang Xiaofeng, have you changed in any way? Lin Kaiyun suddenly noticed that Wang Xiaofeng's aura had become stronger, completely different from before, as if he had grown a few centimeters. Wang Xiaofeng looked proud. Yes, boss, I'm stronger. With a bonus of the Great Report Horse Immortal rank, I can now practice faster. Lin Kaiyun couldn't help but sigh. Giving Wang Xiaofeng an official title actually increased his rank? Or maybe there's a future for him in the official career. Lin Kaiyun read all the information, paid attention to the newly added hall tasks, and then exited the system. Wang Xiaofeng, just practice here, Lin Kaiyun explained. He knew that it was good for the great immortal to stay on the immortal list. Yes, boss, it seems that the immortal list has a suppressive effect. How about I try to get Uncle Shen in as well? Lin Kaiyun immediately had an idea. Uncle Shen's snake was mysterious. Maybe he could figure it out by coming to the immortal list. He shouted in a deep voice, I am the master of the immortal list. I confer the title of Uncle Shen on the immortal as the great protector. No response. Could it be that the title is wrong? Lin Kaiyun decided to try again and shouted, I am the master of the immortal list. I confer the title of Uncle Shen on the immortal as the king of troops. Still no response. Boy, you don't have to try again. That thing has no restraint on me, Uncle Shen's voice sounded. Hey, Uncle Shen, I mainly want to help you. Maybe it can make you remember your own things. Lin Kaiyun smiled awkwardly. No response. He decided that he should not bother himself anymore. With a thought, his consciousness left the immortal list and returned to his body. Although he stayed there for a long time, only a few minutes had passed in reality. Huh? Why is there another statue in the hall? Lin Kaiyun opened his eyes and suddenly found a white human-shaped sculpture behind the incense burner. What is this? It doesn't even have a face. Lin Kaiyun picked it up and took a look. The statue had no facial features, and there was nothing special about it. At the same time, in Lin Jiu's room, Lin Jiu's face was solemn. Are you sure you didn't feel it wrong? Simu nodded with certainty. Brother, there is absolutely no mistake. They are definitely disciples of Dunta sect. They passed by me very quickly. Lin Jiu muttered to himself in confusion. Dunta sect is also a closed sect, and it has not appeared in the world for almost 100 years. How come disciples suddenly appeared? Simu didn't understand the reason. I don't know. Should I pass it back to Maoshan? Lin Jiu shook his head. I don't think so. You know everything. So the master will know it too. Let's handle our own affairs step by step, okay? Simu agreed. He didn't see any signs now, so there was no need to make a fuss. By the way, brother, the thunder method you taught Kaiyun seems to have the flavor of Xianxi Mansion. Simu felt that it was wrong before, and now he finally remembered it. Lin Jiu raised his eyebrows and looked at Simu. What's wrong? Are you scared? Simu smacked his lips indignantly. Are you kidding? If you're not afraid, how can I be afraid? At this moment, Wen Kei's voice suddenly came from outside the door. Master, uncle, help. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story, and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 15. There is a hidden person in the coffin. Oh no, something happened. Towards the morgue. Could it be that something happened to my customer? Lin Jiu and Simu put down their kung fu tea. One jumped out of the door and the other jumped out of the window. The sound naturally reached Lin Kaiyun's ears. He shook his head speechlessly. I don't know what these two idiots are doing again. Wait, this seems to be the direction of the morgue. Could it be? Lin Kaiyun noticed something was wrong, put down the sculpture and rushed out. When Lin Kaiyun just stepped out of the door, the faceless statue showed a pair of red eyes, flashed and disappeared. Everything in the hall seemed to have never happened. Wenkei stumbled out of the morgue and met the three people who came. Wenkei stammered and pointed at the morgue behind him. Master, there was a riot, I almost died. Lin Jiu didn't care about the reason and rushed into the morgue directly. Wenkei, that's my customer, you? Simu scolded Wenkei and quickly followed Lin Jiu. Lin Kaiyun was not in a hurry to follow him in. He wanted to verify something. Lin Kaiyun grabbed Wenkei, who was still frightened, and asked, Wenkei, did I scare you just now? Then you hurriedly pulled off all the talismans on your forehead. Ah. Senior brother, how did you know? Wenkei's face was full of doubts. What the senior brother said was actually right. Sure enough, this is the beginning of the plot. When Lin Kaiyun heard Wenkei shouting just now, he thought of this possibility. In fact, over the past year or so, Simu has brought the charity cemetery to rest many times. Every time, Lin Kaiyun paid attention, but nothing happened. Unexpectedly, because he had something to do tonight, the only time he didn't pay attention, it turned out to be the beginning of the plot. It's really a coincidence. Senior brother? What's wrong with you? Do you sympathize with me when I'm so miserable? Wenkei woke up the dazed Lin Kaiyun. I sympathize with you, just wait for the master to deal with you. Lin Kaiyun pushed Wenkei away and rushed into the morgue. In the morgue, Lin Jiu threw a corpse to the ground with an over-the-shoulder throw. Brother, be gentle, these are all my customers. Simu pressed against the neck of a corpse. He dared not move too much. If these were missing arms and legs, he would be responsible. Lin Jiu stepped firmly and pasted the corpse-suppressing talisman on it. You feel sorry for them, but they don't feel sorry for you. They have no feelings. Lin Kaiyun looked at the corpses rushing around. Ghost Shadow, ZHE. Lin Kaiyun felt that his strength had increased several times, as if everything around him had slowed down. His eye's ability to capture dynamics became stronger, his sense of smell became more acute, and his ki was more sufficient. Lin Kaiyun felt as if there was no gravity, and he rushed out in one step. He quickly snatched a corpse-suppressing talisman from the hands of his master and Simu's uncle, dodged and moved, and easily and accurately pasted the corpse-suppressing talisman on the forehead of the corpse. Ding. System detection. The host has subdued the zombie and has obtained a chance to draw a lottery. Do you want to use it? Use. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the hall function card. Do you want to use it? Can the hall be upgraded? Lin Kaiyun hesitated for less than a second and immediately said, use it. Why think so much? No matter what function it is better to have it than not. Congratulations to the host, the use is successful, and the hall is promoted to the Ghost Fairy Hall. Ghost Fairy Hall can accommodate ghosts, invite ghost fairies, and have the ability to ferry ghosts between yin and yang. Transferring and ferrying a soul will gain merit points. Invite ghost fairies? Doesn't that mean I can decide the future of lonely ghosts with a single word? And I can also ferry souls. You must know that not all souls can be taken away smoothly by the underworld, otherwise there would not be so many lonely ghosts. Lonely ghosts want to reincarnate in the underworld, they can only do so through ferrying, which will definitely attract many lonely ghosts. Ferrying a soul is 100 merit points. Lin Kaiyun can imagine that there will be an endless supply of merit points in the future. It's great, it's great. Lin Kaiyun suppressed his excitement. He knew it was not the time to be happy. After all, he was in the morgue, and Lin Jiu and Simu were right beside him. He exited the system, clapped his hands as if nothing had happened and said, Master, Uncle, it's done. Kaiyun, how can you be so fast? Is it the ability of the spirit? Lin Jiu looked at his empty hands and was a little surprised. Is it fast? Not bad. Lin Kaiyun really didn't think it was fast. At least he couldn't compare with his master at the moment. Simu also heard about the horse riding from Lin Jiu, and he felt that this boy was amazing. Boy, don't be so arrogant. I can only run as fast as you when I use my ki to run at full speed. Uncle Master, you are too kind. Lin Kaiyun grinned, and then he pointed to a coffin that was not completely covered. Master, there is another one that you need to deal with. It is hidden in the coffin. Hidden in the coffin? What do you mean? That's right. Just when Lin Jiu and Simu were confused, the coffin suddenly opened from the inside, and a person sat up. Lin Jiu did not hesitate, kicked his feet, grabbed his arm and twisted it back. It hurts, it hurts. Master, it's me. Chu Sheng screamed in pain. He was the one who scared Wen Kai by wearing the clothes of a corpse before. In fact, Lin Jiu found out when the coffin was just opened, and the reason why he did this was to teach Chu Sheng a lesson. Lin Jiu pulled Chu Sheng out of the coffin, pointed at Chu Sheng and Wen Kai at the door and cursed, "You two stinky boys, go squat for an hour now, I will settle accounts with you later." Chu Sheng lowered his head and prepared to leave in shame. "Come back, I haven't apologized to your uncle yet." Lin Jiu's face was livid. He didn't expect that these two guys were not self-conscious at all. Chu Sheng and Wen Kai looked at each other and bowed to Simu. "Uncle, we were wrong, sorry, you two bastards, you actually made fun of my customers, you deserve it." Simu knew them too well. They were not good at cultivation, but they were first-class experts in getting into trouble. After saying that, Simu took out a copper bell. "My poor customers. I'm on the road, why don't you stay for 2 more days? Lin Jiu said to keep them, but his body was very honest and didn't mean to stop them at all. Simu was not angry, but teased, "Stay longer, you won't teach me the thunder method, just go." Lin Jiu waved his hands impatiently. "Okay, go quickly. Next time if you bother me with those things again, I will definitely not be polite." Chapter 16, Ferrying Souls. HMPH, I'll change my tactics next time you come over and compete with you. Simu didn't give in at all. Lin Kaiyun shrugged helplessly. "Okay. These two people are arguing again." Simu took out paper money, threw it while shaking the copper bell. "The sky is blue, the night is long, it's time to go home, line up. All brothers are on the road." Lin Kaiyun watched Taoist Simu leave the charity cemetery, and came to Lin Jiu and asked, "Master, are you going to drink foreign tea with Master Ren tomorrow?" Lin Jiu glanced at Lin Kaiyun. "How did you know?" I calculated it. Lin Kaiyun rubbed his hands and laughed. He was also a prophet, and there was nothing wrong with saying that he calculated it. Of course, Lin Jiu would not believe it. You must have heard it from someone. "Master, let me go with you." Lin Kaiyun did not refute, but changed his usual respect. Lin Jiu pinched his waist and said, "Nonsense, of course you have to go. Tomorrow, Master Ren's daughter will also come back from the provincial capital, and it's a good time to talk about your childhood engagement." Lin Kaiyun exclaimed loudly. "What?" At the same time, in the Ren family's house, a girl wearing a yellow and white dress and with a delicate face also exclaimed loudly. "What?" The girl with a very shocked and exaggerated expression was Ren Tingting, who had just returned from the provincial capital. Ren Tingting was very excited and kept walking in the hall. "Dad, when did you arrange the childhood engagement for me? Why didn't I know? Or who is that Lin Kaiyun? I don't even know him." "Tingting, the coffee you brought back from the provincial capital tastes really good," Ren Fa answered irrelevantly, sitting comfortably on the western sofa, tasting the fragrant coffee. Ren Tingting also sat on the sofa, hugged Ren Fa's arm and acted coquettishly. "Dad, child marriage is a bad habit. People in the provincial capital advocate free love. Besides, are you willing to marry your daughter to someone you don't know?" Ren Fa patted the back of Ren Tingting's hand and comforted her. "It's not that you have to get married. I'm just telling you about this. When you were still young, Uncle Jiu had just come to Orangia town, and an evil thing happened in our Ren family. Fortunately, Uncle Jiu came to the rescue." Ren Fa took a sip of coffee and continued, "Uncle Jiu used talismans to eliminate the evil spirits at that time, and I am very grateful. Uncle Jiu didn't want money, and it happened that you and his apprentice Lin Kaiyun were of similar age, so Uncle Jiu and I discussed it and verbally agreed on this child marriage." In fact, what Ren Fa told Ren Tingting was only one of the reasons. Another point was that Ren Fa saw ghosts harming people with his own eyes at that time, and his 3 views on the world changed. He felt that it would be more reassuring to have someone in the family who could exorcise demons and catch ghosts. Dad, you are just a feudal superstitious person. There is no such thing as ghosts and gods. You must have been deceived by someone using a sleight of hand, just like those street jugglers. Ren Tingting didn't believe what Ren Fa said. She had never seen ghosts and gods in all these years. In addition, her experience of studying in the provincial capital made her accept many modern and contemporary ideas. Tingting, don't talk nonsense. Uncle Jiu is a man of real ability, Ren Fa scolded. Uncle Jiu's prestige in Renjia town was still very high, and he had indeed seen Uncle Jiu's ability with his own eyes. Ren Tingting's eyes were slightly red, and she said aggrievedly, Dad, are you going to force me to death like the song sings? Ren Fa felt a little distressed when he saw Ren Tingting's grievance. Tingting, Dad won't force you. Let's meet tomorrow. If you don't like it, we won't marry. It has been so long, and Ren Fa's feeling of being frightened by ghosts has passed. Tomorrow is just the right time for the two to meet. If his daughter likes it, she can marry him, otherwise she can refuse. In the charity cemetery, Lin Jiu has returned to his room to rest. Lin Kaiyun walked towards his hall absent-mindedly. His mind was in a mess, and he had to digest this unexpected news. He could understand the butterfly effect. But how could he be engaged to Ren Tingting? This was too much. Squeak. Lin Kaiyun pushed open the door, abandoned the distracting thoughts in his mind, and walked to the hall. The red dots of the 3 burning incense sticks and the incense burner were particularly conspicuous in the room, and there were wisps of green smoke floating on them. This incense was left by Grandma Tihu. I don't know what material it is made of. It burns very slowly. After more than an hour, the length seems to have not changed at all. This is the ghost hall, and it seems that there is no change. Lin Kaiyun held his cheek and carefully observed everything in the hall. It was still the ancient incense burner and the strange statue. The peace card next to it was also shining with a faint golden light as usual. Wait, is this the ghost door? Lin Kaiyun, who had been focusing on the object, suddenly found a small door in the smoke of the incense. Lin Kaiyun felt that it was almost certain. After the hall became the ghost hall, there was only this change. He entered the system and prepared to study the door of this ghost hall. At this moment, a voice suddenly came from the outside of the door. Hello, where's Zioner's home? Lin Kaiyun suddenly woke up from the system and looked at the door with a focused gaze. A pale young woman, holding a little girl with a ponytail, carefully looked at everything in the room. Lin Kaiyun did not speak at the first time. In the middle of the night, he naturally knew what these two people were, especially since their feet did not touch the ground, but floated in the air like smoke. Seeing Lin Kaiyun's expression, the young woman hurriedly explained, we have no ill intentions. We just felt that there was a place to ferry the underworld here, so we came here. Without opening her mouth, she spoke. But Lin Kaiyun was not surprised, because it was a ghost. All abnormal phenomena were normal. Come in, Lin Kaiyun called them enthusiastically. He didn't expect that he would have business so soon. In Lin Kaiyun's eyes, they were not ghosts, and they were floating with merits. What did you do in your life? How did you die? According to the regulations, Lin Kaiyun had to understand the cause of death of the ghosts, and at the same time, he had to judge whether they were evil people in their lives. Otherwise, if Lin Kaiyun sent a person who was unforgivable to the past, not only would he not have merits, but he would also lose his yin virtue, which would be a big loss. I'm from Binksner's family, my name is Su Manley, and this is my daughter. The young woman Su Manley reported to Lin Kaiyun truthfully. They were all ordinary people who died of illness. On the 7th day, I wanted to see my family, but I didn't know how I missed the yin messenger. Lin Kaiyun nodded and called softly, where's the messenger horse? Wang Xianking's shadow appeared directly under his feet, and Lin Kaiyun ordered, go and check the authenticity quickly. Chapter 17, Happy events make you feel happy. The messenger horse is responsible for investigating and verifying information and handling temporary work. Generally, the big messenger horse assigns the great immortals of the Hu and Wang families to go. But now Lin Kaiyun does not have so many great immortals to assign to Wang Xiafeng, so it can only do it personally. Wang Xiafeng's figure disappeared immediately and reappeared in less than 10 seconds. It approached Lin Kaiyun's ear and reported, Boss, the information she said is true, very good, you can go back. Lin Kaiyun was very satisfied with Wang Xiafeng's efficiency. As for why the investigation was so fast, Lin Kaiyun was not curious. The big messenger horse did this and had its own methods. Since there was no problem, Lin Kaiyun began to cross the ghosts. He couldn't wait to earn the first bucket of merit points quickly. Lin Kaiyun then grabbed 3 incense sticks and wiped them from top to bottom with his fingers. The innate energy divides the yin and judges the yang. The auspicious aura is rising and overflowing in all directions. The fairy hall quickly burns a furnace of incense, and the incense transmits information to all directions. The leader of the Golden Flower sect is in this hall, and thousands of souls and ghosts go to other places. 3 incense sticks flashing with black light were shot into the incense burner by Lin Kaiyun. The 3 incense sticks burned very quickly, and the ash kept coming out, gradually bending inward, as if building a bridge under the green smoke. There is a difference between yin and yang, and the past is like smoke. The fairy bridge has been opened. Follow the green smoke, you won't get lost, and you can reincarnate with peace of mind. Lin Kaiyun's palms kept urging, using energy to maintain the incense smoke. Thank you, Zioner family. Su Manli's ghost took her daughter and bowed deeply to Lin Kaiyun, then turned and walked towards the hall. Their ghosts kept shrinking, stepped onto the incense ash bridge, and disappeared. Congratulations to the host, ferrying 2 dead souls and gaining 100 merit points. Huh? It feels so good to make money. Lin Kaiyun was relieved when he heard that he succeeded. He was worried that this was his first time, and he would inevitably find the wrong entrance. Unexpectedly, it went quite smoothly. At the same time, Lin Jiu also closed his window and no longer paid attention to the changes on Lin Kaiyun's side. Congratulations to the host, you have ferried a dead soul and received 100 merit points. Congratulations to the host, you have ferried a dead soul and received 50 merit points. Congratulations to the host, you have ferried a dead soul and received 200 merit points. That night, Lin Kaiyun did not slack off at all and did not feel tired at all. A few hours later, Lin Kaiyun happily sent off the last customer. It's almost dawn, I can call it a day. Looking at the white light that separated the darkness from the edge of the sky, Lin Kaiyun knew that it would be dawn soon, and ordinary ghosts would not come out at this time. It seems that I have to seal a Tuangain boy or a dignitary as soon as possible, otherwise it will be too tiring to do this job alone. That night, Lin Kaiyun successfully ferried at least 20 to 30 dead souls, which made him a little overwhelmed. But hard work brings wealth. Let me see the harvest tonight. Lin Kaiyun rubbed his hands and sat cross-legged on the futon, and excitedly entered the system. Host, Lin Kaiyun, current realm, level 2, psychic vision, merit value, 3,600 points, skills, Yang Wulei, max level, golden light curse, max level, ghost shadow, minor success, current identity, Maotian sex true disciple, Lin Fengzhao's eldest disciple, a disciple who goes out to perform rituals, and the master of the immortal list, merit value required to upgrade, 10,000. Lin Kaiyun saw that the information on the virtual panel had been updated, and his identity had been added to the master of the immortal list. However, Lin Kaiyun's focus at this time was on the merit value, and he stared at the number 3,600 happily. This night was 3,600 merit points, and now it was even more chaotic, with lonely ghosts everywhere. Isn't it as easy to earn merit points by saving the dead every night as drinking water? Lin Kaiyun was extremely satisfied and excited about his way to make a fortune. After 2 more nights, he could upgrade to the level of level 3, extending life and freedom. Great, people are in high spirits when good things happen. After exiting the system, Lin Kaiyun couldn't help humming, good luck is coming to us, good luck is coming to us, and we will prosper and prosper all over the world. Kaiyun, why are you so happy so early in the morning? Lin Jiu pushed the door open and walked in. He glanced at the hall set up by Lin Kaiyun. He didn't ask about the ghost fluctuations last night. Lin Kaiyun jumped up from the futon, walked to Lin Jiu and joked, good morning. Master, I knew you were coming, so I couldn't help it, come on. You're thankful that you don't make me angry. Lin Jiu walked around the room casually with his hands behind his back. He didn't pay too much attention to the hall. Instead, he stood on the open space on one side and said, you will spend a lot of time in this room in the future. Put a bed here and take a rest when you are tired. Got it, master. Although Lin Kaiyun was seen through, he knew that Lin Jiu was concerned about him. Master, last night my great fairy told me that it can ferry lonely ghosts to the underworld. I was busy all night because of this. Lin Kaiyun knew that he couldn't hide the matter of ferrying ghosts from Lin Jiu. so it was better to tell it out loud. He could blame the Great Fairy for any strange things, or pretend to be confused and talk about the J token. In short, he would not tell anyone about the system, even if Lin Jiu was the person he trusted the most. Lin Jiu nodded with satisfaction. This is a good thing to accumulate virtue. Do your best and do more. Lin Jiu would not ask too much about Lin Kaiyun's secrets, but Lin Kaiyun did not hide it from him, which made him feel comfortable. Lin Jiu walked to the door with his hands behind his back. Kaiyun, I'm going to the Li family in Tao. They gave birth to a big fat boy and asked me to help them choose a name. You just stay in the charity cemetery and wait for me to come back. Then I will take you to see Master Ren. He came here to see if Lin Kaiyun was in trouble, and secondly for this matter. Master, don't worry, Lin Kaiyun assured in a firm tone. He was not going to go out. He was busy last night and he took a good rest now. He knew that his master was very warm-hearted. Generally, as long as others asked, Lin Jiu would help within his ability, even small things like calculating wedding dates and naming children. This also made Lin Jiu very prestigious in Renjia town. He was also widely loved in the nearby villages and towns. Lin Kaiyun sent Lin Jiu out for a long time, humming a little song, and returned to his own room. It's time to make a whole bed. A whole set of furniture. Lin Kaiyun paced and looked around the room. In addition to the futon in the hall, there were only some consumable materials in the room, which did look a bit empty. At this time, a clear female voice like a lark came from outside the courtyard gate. Hello, does Uncle Jiu live here? Chapter 18 Ren Tingting, did you drug me? Hello, does Uncle Jiu live here? A female voice made the man's excited morning completely explode. Hi, pretty girl, the master is not at home, I am his apprentice. If you have any questions, just come to me, beauty. I am his senior brother. My name is Chu Xing. Wen Kai and Chu Xing rushed to the door like hungry tigers. Make way, I'm here to see Uncle Jiu. Listening to this slightly angry female voice, Lin Kaiyun could imagine the embarrassing scene of the two of them squeezing at the door without giving way to each other. These two idiots, just when Lin Kaiyun opened the door and wanted to go out to see what was going on. Ouch, a beautiful figure directly bumped into Lin Kaiyun's arms. The hair was right next to Lin Kaiyun's nose, and he sniffed it subconsciously. Well, it smells pretty good. The delicate figure in his arms pushed him away, covered her forehead in pain and shouted, What are you doing? Do you have any manners? You didn't even say you wanted to open the door in advance. Please, pretty girl. This is my room, okay? Lin Kaiyun spread his hands speechlessly. Oh, sorry, the girl reacted and apologized to Lin Kaiyun politely. She raised her head and asked with a smile, I'm here to see Lin Kaiyun. Lin Kaiyun was stunned when he saw the girl's face. Isn't this Ren Tingting? In his previous life, Lin Kaiyun thought Ren Tingting was very good. After all, in Uncle Jiu's movies, there were too few girls with flawless images and temperaments, and Ren Tingting could be regarded as the best among them. Now seeing it with my own eyes, her temperament and beauty are far better than those on the screen, especially her fair and smooth skin, which is extremely natural. Although in many novels, Ren Tingting basically cannot escape the same fate. But now Lin Kaiyun just wanted to say, I can. Although he thought so, Lin Kaiyun was a LSP with bottom line and connotation. He spoke gently and calmly, it's Tingting. I am Lin Kaiyun. What? You are Lin Kaiyun? Ren Tingting opened her mouth slightly, with a surprised look. While Lin Kaiyun was stunned, she also carefully looked at the man in front of her. He was as gentle as jade, sunny and handsome, with a scholarly temperament, but gave people an inexplicable sense of security. This kind of arrogance and confidence that exuded from the inside out made her a little fascinated. It's the real deal. After saying this, Lin Kaiyun stepped aside and gave up his seat. Do you want to come in and sit down? Ren Tingting took a deep breath and stepped into the house. Lin Kaiyun glanced at Chu Xing and Wen Kai, who were gritting their teeth at the door of the charity cemetery, and closed the door casually. When Ren Tingting entered the house, where was there a place to sit? It was clearly an empty house with only an obvious hall for offerings. This also reminded her of the purpose of her visit. She clenched her fist and mustered up her courage. Since you know me, I will tell you clearly. First of all, please stop using those tricks to deceive my father. Secondly, the child marriage was just something my father said casually. Oh, so you are here to cancel the engagement. Just say it directly. What tricks are you talking about? Lin Kaiyun said in a cold tone. I didn't expect that such a cliché would fall on me. Could it be that I am very similar to the loser who was cancelled at the beginning? Ren Tingting heard that Lin Kaiyun was a little unhappy, and hurriedly waved her little hand to explain, it's not a cancellation of the engagement, but child marriage is a bad habit after all. Now everyone advocates free love. She originally came to cancel the engagement, but after seeing Lin Kaiyun, she left a deep mark in her heart and was reluctant to let him go. Ren Tingting blushed and lowered her head shyly. We can get along and get to know each other first. You can do business with my father, and don't use those tricks anymore. Although Ren Tingting looked aggrieved and shy now, it was easy for people to feel pity. But she actually slandered her cultivation results as a trick, so she must be taught a lesson. You are really short-sighted. Your father's property is not as valuable as a stick of incense in my incense burner? What did you say? Under Ren Tingting's surprised gaze, Wang Xiafeng appeared behind Lin Kaiyun. Ah, you must have done this based on some physical principle. I heard the teacher talk about it. Ren Tingting was frightened by the grinning weasel, but she still didn't believe it. Possess her, Lin Kaiyun wanted to prove it with facts to let Ren Tingting know what the scientific reason is. Ren Tingting saw the weasel's phantom disappear and was about to speak. Suddenly, her chest felt stuffy and hot, and she felt like there was something in her throat, as if she was wearing a fur coat naked, and her eyes felt hot. Her hands and feet were hot and numb, and her heart felt beating faster than usual, and she could also smell bursts of strong fragrance. Lin Kaiyun saw that it was almost done. Wang Xiafeng, come back. Ordinary people cannot bear the possession of the great immortal, and it is easy to go crazy or die suddenly. Ren Tingting was fine because Lin Kaiyun controlled Wang Xiafeng's power. Ren Tingting suddenly woke up and stepped back in fear. What's wrong with me? Did you use some medicine on me? Senior brother is too playful. You even use medicine. Shut up, Wen Kai. If senior brother hears, we will all be finished. Chu Sheng and Wen Kai were eavesdropping furtively under the window. In the room, Ren Tingting leaned against the wall weakly. She felt a little dizzy and nauseous. What was it just now? When did you give me the medicine? Lin Kaiyun was not going to be polite. He took a step across and inserted his fingers into the incense burner. He didn't care if it would choke his eyes, and grabbed a handful of incense ash and threw it in front of Ren Tingting. Ahem. Lin Kaiyun, what are you doing? Ren Tingting covered her mouth and coughed lightly. She was choked by the dust and couldn't open her eyes. Lin Kaiyun smiled maliciously. Miss Ren, you can say hello to your friends behind you now. Ren Tingting reluctantly opened her eyes and turned around to look. In the northwest corner of the room, King Kaiyun tied up several ghosts with mutilated bodies, with green faces and fangs, and covered in blood. These were the evil ghosts who tried to take advantage of the situation last night. They were caught on the spot by Lin Kaiyun, but he was busy ferrying souls at the time, so he didn't have time to deal with them. Ah! The scream resounded throughout the charity cemetery. In fear, Ren Tingting actually plunged into Lin Kaiyun's arms, her body trembling, and her face pressed tightly against his chest, not daring to turn her head to look again. Do you still think it's a trick? Lin Kaiyun lowered his head and looked at Ren Tingting, who was holding him tightly, like an ostrich. There are actually ghosts in this world, Ren Tingting cried, holding Lin Kaiyun's clothes tightly and not daring to let go. Her worldview and values of the past decade or so completely collapsed at this moment. The shock she had just felt surged into her heart and she burst into tears. Chapter 19 Meeting Master Ren. Lin Kaiyun saw Ren Tingting's miserable appearance and achieved his purpose of giving her a small punishment. He waited for Ren Tingting to vent her anger and patted her gently. Get up first. My clothes are all wet with your crying? Ah! Ren Tingting screamed, her cheeks flushed. I'm sorry, I'm rude. Lin Kaiyun straightened his clothes and spoke slowly. Ghosts are just like humans. They are a kind of existence in this world. They were also humans when they were alive. There is nothing to be afraid of. Look, although they are a little ugly, they are not that scary. I won't look. Ren Tingting's head shook like a rattle, and there were still traces of tears on her face. Although she accepted the fact that there are ghosts in the world, she was still very scared. Haha. Lin Kaiyun was amused by her and teased, the problem of the deception has been solved, so let's talk about the child marriage. Hearing Lin Kaiyun's joke, Ren Tingting's fear was relieved a lot. She stomped her feet shyly like a young girl in love. Everything is arranged by my father. After saying that, Ren Tingting's face was like a ripe apple, and her heartbeat accelerated. Well, I'll go back first. Just when Ren Tingting ran to the door, Lin Kaiyun suddenly raised his hand and called her. Since you don't object, Why don't you give me the dowry first? I'll advance part of it. If I'm in a good mood, maybe I will agree to marry you." Chu Sheng and Wen Kai under the window staggered. "Brother, you are too shameless, you are annoying," Ren Tingting said coquettishly, threw out a sachet from her sleeve and ran away in a hurry. Lin Kaiyun picked up the sachet and weighed it in his hand. "Only $20, too little." Lin Kaiyun was unwilling to be so shameless, mainly because he needed money now. When he was ferrying the dead last night, he used up all the incense that Tiho Granny left for him, leaving only 3 large incense sticks burning slowly in the incense burner. Now he can only buy materials and make it himself, which is a lot of money. Chu Sheng and Wen Kai saw Ren Tingting leave, and ran in with admiration on their faces. "Brother, can you teach us?" When Lin Kaiyun saw the two of them, he put away the incense bags vigilantly. "Teach you what?" He didn't understand what Chu Sheng and Wen Kai meant for a while. Chu Sheng and Wen Kai looked at each other and said in unison, "Of course, teach us how to pick up girls and make money." "Okay, I'll teach you well," Lin Kaiyun said viciously, and 2 fine lightning bolts shot out from his fingertips, hitting the numb tendons at the elbows and ankles of the 2 people respectively. "Numb. Numb. It hurts, brother, we were wrong. We won't ask any more," Chu Sheng and Wen Kai screamed and rolled out. Lin Kaiyun closed the door happily and thought about how to make a fortune next. 2 hours later, the streets of Renjia town were very busy. Lin Jiu led Lin Kaiyun through the crowd. During this time, people kept greeting them, "Uncle Jiu, Master Xiaolin." Lin Jiu responded with a smile, turned his head and urged Lin Kaiyun, who was not in a hurry, "Kaiyun, hurry up. It's not good to be late." Although Renjia town is a town, its scale is like a city in a town. Recently, many new shops have been opened, all of which are new things brought by foreign merchants, and there are many foreign goods shops opened by foreigners. The place where Lin Jiu and Master Ren met today is a newly opened foreign restaurant. A waiter came over enthusiastically to greet them. "You two, have you reserved a table in advance?" "Up." Lin Jiu looked embarrassed. This was his first time in a foreign restaurant. He was speechless and didn't know what to say. Seeing this, Lin Kaiyun said to the waiter, "Let's go find Master Ren." The waiter suddenly realized and bowed respectfully, "You two must be Uncle Jiu and Master Lin. Come in, come in." Lin Kaiyun knew that Master Ren must have told him in advance from the waiter's respectful look. It seems that Master Ren attaches great importance to it. Under the guidance of the waiter, Lin Kaiyun and Lin Jiu followed him up to the 2nd floor. Lin Jiu saw Master Ren sitting on the chair and walked over with a smile. "Master Ren. Sorry for the long wait, Uncle Jiu, Master Xiaolin. Come on, please sit down." Ren Fa also stood up with a smile and pulled out 2 chairs for Lin Jiu and Lin Kaiyun. In this world, Ren Fa has seen Lin Jiu's true ability and respects Uncle Jiu even more. "Master Ren, I heard that your daughter is back, why don't you see her?" Lin Jiu asked with a smile. Today they were going to discuss the child marriage, but Ren Tingting was nowhere to be seen. He just wanted to test Ren Fa's attitude. Ren Fa took a puff of his pipe and said with a smile, "Tingting is not feeling well and didn't come." "Master Ren, what about her child marriage with Kaiyun?" Lin Jiu frowned, his face looked very bad. If Master Ren really denied it, Lin Jiu didn't mind using some tricks to get an explanation for Lin Kaiyun. It didn't matter whether she got married or not, but Lin Jiu would never let his precious apprentice be humiliated in this way. Ren Fa continued to explain, "Uncle Jiu, you misunderstood. The child is thin-skinned. She said she had met Master Xiaolin and liked him very much. We can discuss the specific arrangements." "Met? How come I didn't know?" Lin Jiu glanced at Lin Kaiyun in confusion. He knew that Ren Tingting had been in the provincial capital for more than 10 years and had just returned yesterday. We just met. Lin Kaiyun looked at his master with his eyebrows almost gathered together, trying hard not to laugh. At this time, the waiter came over and handed the red menu to several people. "What do you need?" Ren Fa said directly, "Give me a cup of coffee." Lin Kaiyun followed up, "I want coffee too." "Coffee? Coffee?" Uncle Jiu opened the menu and was completely confused. "Why is it a bunch of crooked foreign words, ugly and unrecognizable?" Lin Kaiyun heard the master muttering in a low voice, and thought to himself that he almost forgot about it. He leaned sideways to remind, "Master, coffee is coffee." "Oh, then I want coffee too." Lin Jiu understood and pretended to close the menu. He couldn't lose face in front of outsiders. Ren Fa shook the pipe in his hand, his face full of smiles. Uncle Jiu, choose an auspicious day for the two children. Originally, he also wanted to become a relative of Uncle Jiu, and now it's even better that his daughter doesn't object. Chapter 20, A loving mother embraces her child, a dragonfly skimming the water. Master Ren, there's no rush. I've calculated that there aren't any auspicious days recently, seeing that they were actually going to set a wedding date. Lin Kaiyun quickly interrupted to stop him. Master Ren didn't seem to be talking casually. Could it be that Ren Tingting really wanted to marry him? Lin Jiu, who was standing by, also nodded in affirmation. Indeed, although Lin Jiu didn't know what Lin Kaiyun meant, he wouldn't contradict his apprentice in public. Ren Fa didn't think too much about it. Okay, it just so happens that my father's coffin will be moved and buried recently, and I have to trouble you, Uncle Jiu, to choose a date and place. Master Ren, it's better to do something than to stay still. I advise you to think about it carefully, Uncle Jiu. I've thought it through. The Feng Shui master said that after 20 years, the coffin must be moved and buried, so that our family will prosper. Lin Jiu's kind reminder was not accepted by Ren Fa. In that case, then we'll start the excavation at Shen time one day later. Seeing that Ren Fa was determined to do so, Lin Jiu calculated a date with his fingers. By the way, Master Ren, you must move to Treasure Cave. Have you found a favorite one? Lin Kaiyun put down the coffee in his hand. He thought of a great way to make money. Ren Fa shook his head. Not yet. I have to trouble Uncle Jiu. No, that's easy. Lin Kaiyun's mind moved, and he pretended to be in deep thought and said, I do know a treasure cave, which is the mother holding her child cave. It can store wind and air, and bless descendants, but someone else asked me to find it. If Master Ren wants it, he may have to spend some money to buy it back. At least $500. Lin Kaiyun stretched out his palm with difficulty and shook his 5 fingers. Okay, I'll give you $600, and you can help me buy some things needed for the coffin and reburial with the rest, and buy some food and daily necessities for the charity cemetery. Ren Fa agreed very readily. In his eyes, $600 was also a huge sum of money, but more money meant a better treasure cave. Moreover, Lin Kaiyun has been handling some Feng Shui matters for Lin Jiu over the years, and has accumulated a great reputation. In addition, he is about to become his son-in-law, so he has no reason not to believe it. Master Ren, this is not appropriate. It's okay, Uncle Jiu. If Kaiyun marries Tingting in the future, we will be a family. Lin Jiu stood up and was about to stop him, but was held by Ren Fa's hand affectionately. Lin Kaiyun on the side patted his chest seriously. Don't worry. Master Ren, I'll take care of it. A family, right? Lin Kaiyun, will kill people without mercy. Outside the Western restaurant, Lin Jiu took Lin Kaiyun to bid farewell to Ren Fa. Seeing that Ren Fa had gone far away, Lin Jiu turned sideways and shouted seriously, Kaiyun, what's the matter with the treasure cave and the ocean? Master, the loving mother holding the child cave is real. Lin Kaiyun answered seriously. He had indeed asked Wang Xianqing to investigate before, and there was a place where the wind and air could be stored, but it was not a situation where a loving mother embraced her child. But it didn't matter, it wouldn't be used anyway. As for the money, he found a treasure cave, so it's reasonable to ask for some reward. Lin Kaiyun shook the dollar bill that Ren gave him, turned around and ran away. Kaiyun, why are you running? I won't steal your dollars. Lin Jiu shook his head helplessly, and he was so angry at Lin Kaiyun that he laughed. This kid. The sun set and the night gradually fell. Lin Kaiyun quietly returned to the charity cemetery with a lot of bags. Brother, where have you been? Why did you come back so late? Wen Kai was holding a basin of water for washing glutinous rice, and just poured it under the tree in the yard. He saw Lin Kaiyun. Where's the master? Lin Kaiyun put his finger on his lips, trying not to make any noise. Master is of course practicing in the room. Wen Kai didn't understand why Lin Kaiyun was tiptoeing, and then said, by the way, Master left you dinner? Go and eat it quickly. Left dinner? That means he's not angry with me? Lin Kaiyun breathed a sigh of relief and shouted to Lin Jiu's room, Master, I've had dinner outside. I'll go to the alley first, and I won't greet you. A loud voice came from the room, Bastard, when did you greet me? Lin Kaiyun smiled and returned to his room, placing all the items he bought on the ground. There were a lot of incense, all made of sandalwood, a bottle of morning dew, and a large bowl of crow's blood. These were all purchased with the 600 yuan contributed by Ren Fa. Next, just wait until the moon comes out and bless it with moonlight before you can use it. Lin Kaiyun rubbed his hands excitedly, as if he saw a lot of merit points. Happy times always pass quickly, and dawn came in the blink of an eye. Ah! Another fruitful night. Lin Kaiyun stretched his body tiredly. He saved many ghosts this night. His merit points have reached 7,900 points. He is almost able to upgrade. You bastards, get up. Lin Jiu found a gong from somewhere and started to knock it in the yard. Today is the day when the old man of the Ren family will move the grave and open the coffin. You all get up early and prepare things. Don't make any mistakes. An hour later, the 4 masters and apprentices had arrived at the mountain. Old Master Ren and a group of hired laborers were cleaning up. Uncle Jiu, please take care of it this time. Ren Fa and Ren Tingting went up to greet him. Lin Jiu also cupped his hands. Don't worry. I am entrusted by others to share their worries. Kaiyun, long time no see. Ren Tingting's face was slightly red, and she called softly. Lin Kaiyun took a step forward and put his hand on Ren Tingting's forehead. Tingting, do you have a fever? Didn't we just meet yesterday? Yesterday, when Lin Kaiyun went to Ren's house to withdraw money with Ren's receipt, he met Ren Tingting. The two of them drank coffee and chatted together, and they became closer. Ren Fa saw the intimate actions of the two people and smiled with relief. Haha, Uncle Jiu, let the two kids chat? Let's go see my father's grave. Okay. Ren Fa walked to the grave and said proudly, Uncle Jiu, Feng Shui said that my father's grave was a rare Feng Shui treasure land. Lin Jiu glanced at the terrain of the grave and nodded. Yes, this grave is called Dragonfly Touching Water Cave. The tomb is 34 feet long, but only 4 feet can be used. It is 13 feet wide, but only 3 feet can be used. Therefore, the coffin cannot be buried flat, but can only be buried in a Buddhist way. At the same time, Oi, who is wearing a beige dress, walked to Lin Kaiyun with a bad look. Boy, you usually play tricks in the town. I can turn a blind eye, but you dare to deceive my cousin. Lin Kaiyun looked at Oi, who is like a street urchin, and said casually, are you a hungry dog going to the toilet? Chapter 21 Oi eats shit in anger on his grave. Lin Kaiyun's words made Wei stunned. He asked with a puzzled look, what do you mean? Wenke, who was standing by, couldn't stand it anymore. You are even dumber than me. Of course, a dog goes to the toilet to look for shit, haha. Kaiyun, you are so funny. Ren Tingting hit Lin Kaiyun's arm and laughed happily. Good boy, you are brave. You dare to scold me. Wei was so angry that he lifted the corner of his clothes to reveal a pistol. Do you know what this is? Now you should apologize to me quickly, maybe I can spare you from physical pain. Wei is the security captain selected by several major families. He has some people and guns under his command. He dare not kill people, but he is very skilled in catching people and teaching them a lesson. Cousin, Kaiyun, just when Ren Tingting was about to step forward to persuade her, Lin Kaiyun grabbed her arm. Tingting, don't worry. Ren Tingting nodded obediently. She believed in Lin Kaiyun. Lin Kaiyun looked at him maliciously and said, Oi, you are about to eat shit. What did you say? Oi thought he had heard it wrong. He couldn't believe it. He had exposed his gun, but Lin Kaiyun dared to be so tough? I said you are going to eat shit. Lin Kaiyun's eyes flashed with light, and an invisible aura spread all over his body. The clouds lock the deep mountains and few people travel, and the ancient cave is cold all night for practicing Taoism. The clear spring lingers with the immortals, and the incense smoke utters the truth. The profound magic frequently saves the world, and the words of healing shake the spiritual altar. The mysterious view is opened and the dragons and tigers are shocked, and the Taoism is not false. I follow the order of the Golden Flower sect leader, and I will hurry up as ordered. Black Dog Wild Fairy, come quickly. After silently reciting the immortal spell, Lin Kaiyun saw the shadow of a black dog. The shadow's energy fluctuations were very faint, and it was dirty all over, and it couldn't speak human words. It was obviously very low in Taoism. But this is what Lin Kaiyun wanted. He looked at Wei with ill intentions. Get on him. Wei, who was very arrogant just now, felt a tightness in his chest and suddenly became stunned. Less than 2 seconds later, he stretched out his long tongue and twitched all over. Tingting, what's wrong with your cousin? Wei's ghostly appearance also attracted Ren Fa's attention. Before Ren Tingting could speak, Lin Kaiyun said first, it's okay, Master Ren, Wei just told us that he was hungry. As soon as the voice fell, Wei suddenly lay on the ground and barked like a dog. Woof woof woof, his legs and feet were like 4 hooves, and he could run and jump. His nose was sniffing the ground and digging. I don't know what animal's feces he dug out, and under the surprised eyes of everyone, he swallowed it in one gulp. Ugh, many people couldn't stand it and kept retching. Ren Tingting also buried her head in Lin Kaiyun's shoulder. She really didn't want to see this disgusting scene. You guys, quickly tie up Wei and take him back. Ren Fa turned his head with a look of disgust and called a few of his men at random. The people Ren Fa called took a hemp rope, tied Wei up and knocked him unconscious, then tied him up like a pig and carried him away. Ren Fa bowed to Lin Jiu. Uncle Jiu, I'm so sorry for making a fool of myself. By the way, where were we talking about? Of course. We were talking about the fact that old Master Ren's tomb is tall and wide, so it can only be a legal burial. Before Lin Jiu could react, Lin Kaiyun walked directly to the grave and said something. He knew that Lin Jiu must have noticed the reason why Wei went crazy, so he wanted to just let it go. You kid, don't make trouble anymore. Lin Jiu made a sound quietly with his throat without moving his mouth. Lin Kaiyun nodded. I understand, Master. At this time, Wen Kai walked a few steps behind Lin Jiu and asked in confusion, what is a French burial? Is it a French-style funeral? Don't talk too much, Lin Jiu shouted angrily. You and Qiu Sheng are usually ignorant and you don't even know such simple feng shui common sense. Qiu Sheng shouted innocently, Master, I didn't say anything. Shut up. Lin Jiu glared at him and said to the guys, it's almost time, we can start the ground. Brother, what is a French burial? Wen Kai came to Lin Kaiyun's side. He had reached the level of a dead pig not afraid of boiling water, and his curiosity was not affected by being scolded at all. French burial means burying vertically. Lin Kaiyun glanced at him. Haven't you heard that if the ancestors were buried vertically, the descendants must be great? Kaiyun, you're right. I see today that you really got the true teachings of Uncle Jiu, Ren Fa said with a smile, praising two people at a time. That's the saying, but it may not be true. Lin Kaiyun looked around the tomb. He knew the plot. The old man Ren down there had turned into a zombie. Alice, Ren Fa shook his head helplessly. Karen was right. Our family's business has been getting worse and worse over the past 20 years, and I don't know why. Lin Jiu asked, did the old man have any grudges with the feng shui master? Ren Fa hesitated for a moment, his expression unnatural for a moment. This piece of land belongs to the feng shui master. After my father knew it was a treasure cave, he used his money to buy it for him. Humph. Lin Jiu snorted coldly, staring into Ren Fa's eyes. Did you really just buy it? There was no coercion. This. Uncle Jiu, what does this mean? Ren Fa's expression was a little embarrassed. My father's tone was indeed a bit tough back then. No wonder. The so-called dragonfly touching the water cave must be covered with snowflakes and the head of the coffin touches the water. Lin Jiu pointed to the grave and said, but it's covered with cement and has been completely sealed. How can it work if the dragonfly can't touch the water? Ren Fa was shocked. Could it be that the feng shui master is responsible for the bad feng shui of my Ren family in the past 20 years? Lin Jiu nodded and said in a warning tone, fortunately, the feng shui master still has some conscience. He told you to dig up the coffin and rebury it in 20 years. It will only harm your generation and not your 18th generation. Lin Kaiyun curled his lips. It is indeed only harmful to one generation. If the coffin is opened and becomes a zombie, all relatives will be killed, and there will be number 18th generation in the future. This feng shui master is planning to wipe out the whole family. Then remove the cement. Can this tomb still be used? Ren Fa is also a big man. He quickly accepted this matter, but he felt a little sorry for this feng shui treasure land. Seeing that Ren Fa was still thinking about this tomb, Lin Kaiyun reminded him. A dragonfly will not touch the water again. This tomb is not only unusable, but there is also the risk of gathering yin and raising corpses. At this time, the guys had already dug up the tomb. More than a dozen people put ropes on the coffin, dragged it by hand and shoulder, shouted slogans in unison, and pulled the upright wooden coffin out of the soil. Uncle Jiu, we dug up the coffin. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 22 Opening the Coffin, Exorcist Family. A dozen people put a rope around the coffin, dragged it by hand and shoulder, shouted slogans in unison, and pulled the upright wooden coffin out of the soil. Master Ren, no matter what, let's open the coffin first. Lin Jiu had a bad feeling when he saw the coffin. Ren Fa nodded, then I'll rely on Uncle Jiu. Today is the day when Mr. Ren will see the light of day again. Anyone aged 28, 43, 34, and born in the year of the rooster or the ox should turn around and avoid it. Lin Jiu counted with his fingers and shouted loudly. After hearing this, several people turned around. Open the coffin. Everyone worked together to push open the lid of the coffin covered with mud. A foul smell came from the coffin, and the yin energy was everywhere. Crack! Crack! A few crows flew out in panic from the woods in the distance. Crows are an ominous sign, and they appeared when the coffin was opened. Lin Kaiyun and Lin Jiu looked at each other, and at the same time walked to the side of the coffin and looked inside. Ren Tingting was wearing the official uniform of the Qing dynasty. With his hands on his abdomen, his skin was shriveled and dark blue. The most terrifying thing was that the corpse did not show any signs of decay. Sure enough, Lin Kaiyun was not surprised at all. Master, this corpse, I'm afraid it has begun to gradually turn into a corpse. This corpse is not right. Lin Jiu looked puzzled. Even if this tomb was destroyed, it would at most block the fortune. The feng shui was not good, but it would not cause corpse transformation. Lin Kaiyun felt that it was still inappropriate. He turned his head to look at Ren Fa and warned him seriously, Master Ren, the corpse has gradually turned into a corpse. It is safest to cremate it on the spot. Ren Fa shook his head repeatedly. No, my father was most afraid of fire when he was alive. I can't do this. Then are you afraid of death? Lin Kaiyun said unhappily. At this time, Ren Fa was still doing these empty things. Ren Fa was still stubborn and unwilling to cremate, and begged Lin Jiu, Uncle Jiu, is there any other way? As long as it is not cremation, it's fine. If this man wants to die, he can't be stopped. Lin Kaiyun smacked his lips and stopped trying to persuade him. Okay, Lin Jiu sighed, then let's move to the charity cemetery first. After the corpse's aura is completely suppressed, we can move to another place to bury it. Master Ren, please go back first. I'll escort the coffin myself. Okay, then I'll leave it to you. Ren Fa bowed to Lin Jiu, turned around and sat on the bamboo sedan. I'm leaving. Remember to come find me. Ren Tingting lowered her head and stuffed a handkerchief into Lin Kaiyun's hand. Lin Kaiyun looked at Ren Tingting, who seemed to be running away, smiled and opened the handkerchief to take a look. There was a line of words embroidered with mandarin ducks next to it. In the past, I was like a willow tree, and now I'm thinking of you. It's raining and snowing. What is this? A love letter? Kaiyun, it seems that Miss Ren likes you very much. You should treat her well. Lin Jiu was like a parent, watching the emotional interaction between Lin Kaiyun and Ren Tingting, and was very pleased. Got it, Master. Lin Kaiyun smiled and folded the handkerchief and put it in the interlayer of his clothes, pointing to the coffin. What should we do with this? Let's just burn it. Lin Jiu shook his head. No, I have already promised Master Ren. And it has not completely turned into a zombie yet. There is still a way to save it. Okay, Lin Kaiyun shrugged and no longer insisted. Lin Jiu put his hands behind his back and turned to tell Chu Sheng and Wen Kai, you two light a plum blossom needle in front of the tomb, and then observe what it looks like when it burns. Go to the temple to worship, go to the mountain to worship, and light 3 incense sticks on each grave. Okay, Chu Sheng and Wen Kai responded obediently. Just as Lin Jiu was about to leave with Lin Kaiyun, they saw 2 people in white clothes. Lin Kaiyun's eyes were focused. Master, something seems to be wrong. The 2 people walked lightly and shouted to Lin Jiu and Kaiyun, you 2 are from the Maotian sect. Who are you? Lin Jiu greeted them out of politeness. The 2 came to Lin Jiu and Lin Kaiyun and introduced themselves. I am Bai Yu Chang from Lingxi, and this is my nephew Bai Xinglu. Bai family? Is there anything wrong? Lin Jiu glanced at Bai Yu Chang, and then made a look at Lin Kaiyun. Kaiyun, you take the coffin back first. These 2 are acquaintances. It's good to be familiar. Lin Kaiyun nodded and reminded quietly, Master, if you are asked for help, refuse it when you should. Don't take any job. In recent years, there have always been some people who come to Lin Jiu for help, and he is not surprised by such things. Then he waved to the guys, carry the coffin. Let's go. Wait, don't go yet. Just as the guys just carried the coffin on their shoulders, the younger man in white took a step across and arrogantly raised his hand to stop them. Humph, Lin Kaiyun snorted coldly, the sky and the earth are boundless, the universe borrows the law. Palm Jiu, he raised his palm and took a step forward, his palm was wrapped in ki, and he slapped the chest of the man in white. The man in white had a stern expression, and a transparent triangular banner rose behind him. Go! A fanged ghost suddenly appeared in front of his chest and met Lin Kaiyun's palm. Bang! The air exploded, Lin Kaiyun kicked hard, dispersed the ghost, and slapped the man in white on the chest. The man in white took 2 steps back uncontrollably, with blood oozing from the corner of his mouth. You deserve to die, enough, Kaiyun, stop, 2 voices sounded at the same time, stopping the 2 who were about to fight. Bai Yucheng shouted very unhappily, is this how you treat guests in my ocean? What's the problem? Why don't you stay in Lingxi and come here to stop our coffin? Do you know that this coffin contains important things from my Maotian? Lin Jiu responded sharply, not giving in at all. He is usually approachable, but he has a hidden protective attribute, especially for Lin Kaiyun, who is both his disciple and his son. Bai Yucheng also knew that there was something wrong with his nephew, so he could only sarcastically say, I heard that Lin Jiu of Maotian is a righteous man with great moral integrity. We originally just came here to discuss business, but today's meeting is really an eye-opener. Lin Jiu was dismissive of this argument and decisively refused. Sorry, my Maotian is not your Bai family, we don't do business with anyone, then see you later, Bai Yucheng said viciously, turned around and left. Xinglu, let's go. Lin Kaiyun saw that the 2 people had indeed left, and asked curiously, Master, who are they? Carry the coffin back to the charity cemetery first, and I'll tell you. Lin Jiu said in a serious voice with his hands behind his back. Lin Kaiyun nodded and directed the men to lift the coffin and hurry on their way. This time, they did not encounter any obstacles on the way and arrived at the charity cemetery smoothly. Put the coffin in the morgue, Lin Jiu led his men to put down the coffin. Thank you for your hard work. After everyone had left, Lin Jiu called Lin Kaiyun. Kaiyun, don't you want to know about the Bai family? Come with me into the house. Chapter 23, Maotian Forbidden Secret Technique. In the room, Lin Jiu brewed 2 cups of kung fu tea and slowly said, Kaiyun, you should know that many big sects have closed their mountains and gates, and only the inheritance of exorcising ghosts and catching monsters is still active in the world. Lin Kaiyun nodded, I know, there's our Maotian and the Chu Ma family like Tiho Granny. Yes, in addition to our 2 families, there are several inheritances that are as famous as ours. Some people in the world call them the 3 major families in the South Mao and North Ma. The East and West villages are the Jiajia village in Longxi and the Shenji village in Mobi. The 3 major families are the Bai family in Lingxi, the Shi family in southern Tai, and the Li family in Donghe. Your great-uncle Shijian is from the Shi family in southern Tai. Oh, after listening to it, Lin Kaiyun had some ideas in his mind, but still asked puzzledly, then why would the Bai family come to us to do business when it is so far away? Lin Jiu took a sip of tea and explained, it is said that the Bai family inherited from the business ancestor Bai Jiu, who is good at exorcising ghosts. The 5 ghosts bring wealth formation is the family's specialty. But what they like most is to exorcise ghosts to make money. They are very mercenary. The business they are talking about is probably related to ghosts and zombies. Didn't those 2 people take a fancy to the corpse of old Master Ren? Lin Kaiyun thought of Bai Xinglu stopping the coffin, his face solemn. Could it be that the dragonfly touching the water hole was eventually transformed into a corpse by their Bai family? Lin Jiu shook his head. I don't know, but the Bai family does not have any means of raising and refining corpses. It can even be said that they are not professional at all with zombies, and they only know vulgar business. He looked down on those people in the Bai family from the bottom of his heart. The way of making money with ghosts is really a shame for those who practice. Just as the 2 were thinking, the shouts of Wenkei and Chu Sheng came from the yard. Master, we are back after burning incense. Master, where are you? Chu Sheng and Wenkei shouted and ran to the morgue to look for Lin Jiu. What's wrong? Why are you shouting? Lin Jiu came to the door of the morgue. Lin Kaiyun followed closely and said, is there something wrong with the incense? Master, senior brother, I finally found you. Wenkei hurriedly ran to the 2 of them and raised the incense. Look at this incense. Lin Jiu took the incense, and his heart couldn't help but worry. People are most afraid of 3 longs and 2 shorts, and incense is most afraid of 2 shorts and 1 long. The incense is burned like this. There may be a death in the family, Wen Kai blurted out when he heard it. Someone died? Is it Master Ren's house? What else? Do you think it's the charity cemetery? Lin Kaiyun scolded angrily. Wen Kai scratched his head and felt at ease. It's okay as long as it's not here. It's none of my business. Just ignore it. Qiu Sheng on the side pulled Wen Kai's clothes and reminded him in a low voice, stop talking. Wen Kai didn't understand Qiu Sheng's meaning at all, and said righteously, that's right. What does the death of someone in Master Ren's family have to do with us? After saying that, Wen Kai was suddenly stunned. He immediately remembered the relationship between Lin Kaiyun and Ren Tingting, and came to Lin Kaiyun with a sad face. Brother, I didn't mean that. Oh, then what do you mean? Lin Kaiyun smiled evilly and stretched out a finger, which was wrapped with white violent lightning and made a crackling sound. Brother, I was wrong. Please forgive me. Wen Kai was so scared that his face turned pale. Qiu Sheng on the side said gloatingly, you deserve it. Okay, you guys be quiet. Lin Jiu scolded. He walked to Ren Weiong's coffin and pushed open the lid. Looking at the corpse that had become a little fat, he said in a deep voice, Kaiyun, do you have any suggestions? Lin Kaiyun knew that Lin Jiu wanted to test him, so he said a more effective method. Master, first seal the coffin with ink line, and then expose it to the sun during the day to disperse the breath in his throat. Lin Jiu closed the coffin lid with satisfaction. Very good, Wen Kai. Qiu Sheng, prepare paper, pen, ink, sword and knife for your senior brother. What? Qiu Sheng and Wen Kai were both confused. Lin Kaiyun cursed speechlessly. You two idiots. Of course it's yellow paper, red pen, black ink, kitchen knife, and wooden sword. By the way, bring the rooster and the bagua mirror over here. Lin Jiu hugged his shoulders and added. Oh. Qiu Sheng and Wen Kai left in a daze. Although they were indeed naughty and stupid, they were very efficient if they watched closely and fought. Soon, the two of them brought all the things over. Lin Jiu took the rooster, wiped its neck and released a bowl of blood, which ignited the glutinous rice fire, burned the ink, and poured it into the bagua mirror to add spiritual power. Okay, Kaiyun, you do it. Flick it on the coffin. Lin Jiu poured the ink into the inkwell and handed it to Lin Kaiyun. No problem. Lin Kaiyun took the inkwell happily. He was originally going to do it himself. He clearly remembered that in the movie, if Wen Kai and Qiu Sheng hadn't forgotten to flick the bottom of the coffin, Ren Weiong would not be able to break the seal at all. Lin Kaiyun pressed his finger on the ink line and swung it out. I have a room, and half of it is rented to the Wheel King. Sometimes a ray of light is released, and the evil demons in the world dare not block it. The ink line glowed red in the air, as if it had life, densely wrapped around the coffin without a single gap. Done. Lin Kaiyun clapped his hands and threw the inkstone on the table. Kaiyun, I didn't expect you to master this too. Not bad, not bad. Lin Jiu's eyes were full of satisfaction. This was one of the secret techniques of Maotian, and the seal had a very strong suppressive power. The master leads the way, but it is up to the individual to practice. After Lin Kaiyun received the ordination, he threw him a Maotian secret book and asked him to practice on his own. Unexpectedly, it would bring him surprises again and again. Qiu Sheng's eyes were wide with envy. Master, this move of senior brother is so cool. Can we learn it? Just you? You haven't even met the requirements for ordination, and you still want to learn any secret techniques? Master the physical technique first. Lin Jiu snorted coldly. Qiu Sheng is slightly stronger than Wen Kai, but he also has a bad character and no talent for cultivation. In this world, Maotian is known for its talismans, and receiving the talisman is its unique ceremony, which means that the ancestor has recognized this disciple, and can teach Maotian Taoism. And the talismans drawn will be recognized by heaven and earth. When Qiu Sheng heard that he still had to practice physical skills hard, he began to back out in his heart. Then I won't learn it for now. This is really a rotten wood that cannot be carved. Lin Jiu sighed and shook his head. Master, there should be no problem here. Then I will go back to the hall first. Lin Kaiyun is still very confident in the seal he cast. Go. Lin Jiu nodded, and his eyes were full of admiration when he looked at Lin Kaiyun. Fortunately, he still has Lin Kaiyun, the eldest disciple, otherwise he would be pissed off by Qiu Sheng and Wen Kai. Chapter 24, 7 Killing Orders of Gods and Ghosts. It's Xioner's family. Xioner's family is back. You drowned ghost. Don't crowd me. Lin Kaiyun's room was full of ghosts who came after hearing the news. He looked at these strange ghosts and thought they were very cute. You have to line up and be civilized and polite, otherwise I will be angry. How can this be a ghost? It's clearly a large amount of merit points. Whether I can upgrade tonight depends on these ghosts. The coffin has been sealed by him. Ren Tingting has not absorbed it yet and has not turned into a zombie. He must not be able to escape. So he doesn't have to worry about the safety of the Ren family and can ferry souls with peace of mind. How did you die? Okay, cross the Xianghu Bridge. What about you? You go over too. Congratulations to the host, ferrying a dead soul and gaining 100 merit points. Congratulations to the host, ferrying 5 dead souls and gaining 500 merit points. Lin Kaiyun and the great immortal Wang Xiafeng cooperated more and more tacitly, and the merit points were like recharging money, constantly stacking up. System, feeling that the merit points should be almost there, Lin Kaiyun closed his eyes. Instantly, a virtual attribute panel appeared in his mind. Host, Lin Kaiyun, current realm, 2nd level, spiritual vision, merit points, 10,800 points, skills, Yang Wulei, max level, golden light curse, max level, ghost shadow tracking, minor success, current identity, Maotian sex true disciple, Lin Fengjiao's eldest disciple, a disciple who goes out to perform horse riding, and the master of the horse riding immortal list, merit points required for the lottery. 5,000, merit points required for upgrading. 10,000, the system detects that the merit points have reached the upgrade standard. Do you want to upgrade? Upgrade? Lin Kaiyun took a breath of excitement. He had been waiting for this for a long time. Deduct 10,000 merit points, and the upgrade is successful. The merit value instantly became 800 points, and at the same time, the system's voice sounded one after another. Daxoner Wang Xiafeng, the Taoism has increased, and the speed effect has doubled. Congratulations to the host, you have obtained an additional fragment of the horse riding handbook. Congratulations to the host, you have obtained the fragment of the Daxoner evolution card. Evolution card fragments, the only material for synthesizing the Daxoner evolution card. Congratulations to the host, you have won a lottery. Congratulations to the host, the first realm has been upgraded, breaking through to the 3rd level, extending life and freedom. The next stage of upgrading requires 50,000 merit points. Boom. Lin Kaiyun only felt that the acquired ki in his body quickly condensed, and then spread out and wandered in various meridians and bones. The blood in his body kept rolling, and his muscles swelled and shrank, and it continued to repeat. This feeling was not painful, but made Lin Kaiyun feel refreshed. The whole body completely belonged to him, and all the impurities, viruses and bacteria in his body were squeezed out of the body. Lin Kaiyun opened his eyes. From this moment on, he had stepped into the path of cultivation. The ki and the body were interconnected and combined, cleansing the essence and marrow, and ki shaped himself. The previous 2 realms can be said to be just the apprenticeship stage. Holding the one and keeping the middle means that you have a sense of ki, can feel the spiritual power between heaven and earth, can extract the acquired ki, and practice the entry-level exercises. With spiritual vision, the acquired ki nourishes the entire 5 senses, making the 5 senses extremely sharp. 1 eye can see more than 10 miles, 1 ear can hear all directions. When it comes to the 3rd realm, which is the longevity and freedom that Lin Kaiyun has now promoted, it can be said that he has reached the peak of the acquired master, with a longer lifespan, immunity to all poisons and diseases, and a leap forward improvement in physical fitness. The speed, strength and reaction are all greatly improved. At the same time, the body can accommodate more acquired ki. Now Lin Kaiyun's combat effectiveness has increased several times. In addition to being excited, he remembers that he still has a lottery. System, I'm going to start the lottery. The huge chaotic prize pool started to operate, and the light ball flashed and flew in front of Lin Kaiyun, and then cracked. The system prompt sounded, congratulations to the host, you have obtained the 7 killing orders of gods and ghosts. The first style, the killing order, full level, has been automatically learned. Lin Kaiyun seemed to be in a void, with only an ancient book on the white bones below, and a few words flowing like blood. 7 killing orders of gods and ghosts, murderous, like an ancient god or demon. Buzz. The 7 killing orders of gods and ghosts opened the first page, and the whole space was swept by a gust of wind. Lin Kaiyun's body was like a small boat in the sea, and he fell uncontrollably on the first page. In an instant, a lot of obscure information flooded into his mind, and there was also a strange purple light. After a moment, everything gradually calmed down, and Lin Kaiyun's consciousness returned to the system. He had mastered the killing order. I didn't expect it to be this. Lin Kaiyun was overjoyed, thinking that the Yang Wu Lei he drew last time was already a piece of shit luck, but he didn't expect it to be even better this time. This is a one-hit kill move, which can be used as a killer. Inside the charity cemetery, the moonlight shone brightly in the yard, but it seemed to be cut off at the door of a room and was completely isolated. At this time, Lin Kaiyun was completely immersed in the system, looking forward to his second great immortal. The others had already fallen asleep, and Wen Kei's snoring could be heard from time to time. However, this extremely normal scene was different tonight. 2 pieces of paper were floating in the yard, glowing slightly. It's just as I thought, there is a sensing spell in this yard. In the woods not far from the charity cemetery, the men in black robes seem to be able to see everything in the yard. But my paper figure is dead. What can you sense it with? A smug smile appeared on the face of the black-robed man, and then he placed 2 fingers on his forehead, with a red light flashing between his eyebrows. The spirit is the hand, the god is the foot, the essence of heaven and earth is the head. There is no east, no west, no south, no north. Together, the 2 pieces of paper in the courtyard of the charity cemetery were strangely stuck together and shrunken into a ball. Under the moonlight, it gradually turned into a human figure. It moved its hands and feet stiffly and slowly floated into the morgue. Ren Weiong's coffin was quietly parked here, with dense ink lines and a corpse-suppressing talisman on it. It can be said to be foolproof, and there will be no problem sealing it for a few days. The paper figure's eyes flashed with a faint light, and it walked around the coffin to observe like a person. This Taoist priest from Maotian is really well prepared, worthy of being a sect specializing in catching ghosts and exorcising demons. However, despite the praise, the black-robed man did not forget his purpose. He pulled out an identical paper figure, bit his fingertips and smeared it on the paper figure. At the same time, the paper figure in the morgue was attached to the bottom of the coffin, and a red flame ignited on its body. The burning paper figure did not turn into ashes, but melted like a candle, and the liquid seeped along the mark of the ink line. It's done. The man in black robe didn't expect that the coffin could be so smooth without anyone guarding it. Then he happily disappeared into the dark woods. The charity cemetery was the same as always, as if nothing had happened. Chapter 25, Out of the Cage. Bang! A crisp sound interrupted Lin Kaiyun's thoughts. Is this sound from the morgue? Not good. Lin Kaiyun's face was sullen, and he quickly pushed the door and ran out. However, he was still a step too slow, and only saw 2 black goats lying on the ground in the yard, with blood flowing from their necks and twitching constantly. Master, something happened, Lin Kaiyun shouted and hurriedly chased out. Outside the charity cemetery, the streets were empty, and there was no trace of Ren Weiong. Kaiyun, what's wrong? Lin Jiu came out with an oil lamp in his hand and a piece of clothing on. He didn't know what happened that night, and he slept very deeply, and now he still felt a little dizzy. Qiu Sheng and Wen Kai showed no sign of waking up. Lin Kaiyun looked at Lin Jiu with a sullen face and said, Master, Ren Weiong turned into a zombie and ran away. He didn't expect that such a thing would happen in the coffin that he sealed himself. But now is not the time to think about this. He must hurry to Ren's house. Master, Ren Weiong will definitely go to Ren's house. I'll go there now. Lin Jiu put down the oil lamp and said seriously, Kaiyun, let's go together. Master, I can do it myself. There must be something fishy about this matter. I think it would be better for you to stay in Yizhuang. Lin Kaiyun thought about it. He didn't know if someone was interfering or if it was targeting Yizhuang. Okay, then be careful, Lin Jiu worriedly warned. He felt that what Lin Kaiyun said made sense. It was absolutely impossible for Ren Weiong to escape the seal. I know, Master, Lin Kaiyun nodded. Ghost Shadow, after he upgraded, Ghost Shadow also improved. The speed was very fast. He disappeared in an instant. Bang bang bang. It's dry, be careful of fire. The night watchman sounded the gong at 3 o'clock in the morning on the deserted street. In the Ren's house, the servants had already gone to bed. Only the study room was still brightly lit with candlelight flickering. Ren Fa sat in the study room, took off the foreign reading glasses Ren Tingting had given him, and pressed his temples tiredly. The account book in front of him was the account book of the recent business, which was still not enough to cover the expenses, with huge losses. In the past 20 years, the business of their Ren family has been hit year after year, and they have gone from being the first family in Renjia town to being similar to the other families. I hope Uncle Jiu can move my father's burial to Fengshui Treasure Land, so that my Ren family can be glorious again. Ren Fa closed the account book, still full of expectations. Dad, it's so late, are you still busy? The door of the study room was opened, and Ren Tingting walked in with a cup of coffee. Tingting, why didn't you take a rest? Ren Fa took the coffee with a smile and took a sip. Yeah, it smells so good, Dad, I can't sleep. Ren Tingting walked around behind Ren Fa and gently patted his shoulders. Dad, let me rub you, I just learned a little bit in the provincial capital. Yeah, it feels much better. My girl is so well behaved, it's really a bargain for that kid Lin Kaiyun. Dad must ask for more betrothal gifts. Ren Fa was very pleased to see Tingting's sensible appearance. Ren Tingting blushed shyly. Dad, Kaiyun is like Uncle Jiu, both are capable people, and should not be treated with secular rules. Haha, Ren Fa laughed happily. And his previous gloomy mood was swept away. Silly child, Dad, I'm teasing you, Dad, Ren Tingting complained shyly. She really didn't react before, thinking that Ren Fa really wanted to ask for more betrothal gifts. At this moment, a scream came from the street. Ah, Dad, what happened? Ren Tingting was a little worried. Listening to the direction of the sound, it seemed to be near her home. Ren Fa didn't care at all. Don't worry, it might be the town's night watchman. He is very timid and will scream when he sees a wild cat. Bang! A bang at the door completely negated Ren Fa's guess. Dad, it seems like someone is knocking on the door, Ren Tingting reminded worriedly. It's okay, Tingting. Dad is here. Ren Fa patted the back of Ren Tingting's hand to comfort her, and then angrily slapped the table, shaking the cups and plates. Housekeeper, go and see what happened. Who dares to come to Ren's house and act so presumptuously? As soon as the voice fell, miserable cries and the housekeeper's terrified shouts came one after another. Ah, help, run. The old man has turned into an evil ghost. Boom. Old Master Ren broke the window of the study and rushed in. Its skin was charred and shrunken, as if it had been burned by a raging fire. Its arms were stretched out and its claws were dripping with blood. Its dark red eyes flashed with a violent and fierce light. Ren Fa looked at Old Master Ren and his voice trembled. Dad? How did you become like this? Let's go. Grandpa has turned into a zombie. Ren Tingting plucked up her courage and hurriedly pulled Ren Fa's hand and ran out the door. These days, Lin Kaiyun also told her some things, including ghosts and zombies. Roar! Old Master Ren roared, jumped up, and grabbed Ren Fa's neck tightly with his claws. Ren Fa felt a stench coming towards him. He used up all his strength and pushed Ren Tingting away. Tingting, run. Go find Uncle Jiu, Dad. Ren Tingting staggered and held a wall, looking at Ren Fa who was about to be bitten and her heart was broken. At this critical moment, 5 copper coins flew in from the window and stuck to Ren Weiong's body. The 3 pure ones of heaven and earth are infinitely responsive. Thunder rolls, and strong winds rise, explode, boom. 5 copper coins exploded, knocking Old Master Ren to the ground. A shadow rushed in at a very fast speed and pulled Ren Fa up from Old Master Ren's claws. The person who came was Lin Kaiyun. He used all his strength to activate the ghost shadow, and finally arrived in time. Master Ren, are you okay? Lin Kaiyun looked at Ren Fa's neck and breathed a sigh of relief when he saw no signs of being bitten. Ren Fa had a near-death experience and was still in shock. I'm fine, thank you, Kaiyun. Ren Tingting threw herself into Lin Kaiyun's arms and couldn't hold back her tears anymore. Kaiyun, you're finally here, now is not the time to talk about love. You two hide behind me. The first target of zombies is people who are related to him by blood. You two are the most dangerous. Lin Kaiyun pressed Ren Tingting's little head and turned from his arms to behind him. Okay, Ren Fa's face was pale, and his eyes were full of fear. Lin Kaiyun looked at Old Master Ren, his eyes were fixed, his eyes turned into vertical pupils flashing with a dark light, and his whole body was full of evil spirit. Roar! Old Master Ren roared violently, his eyes turned blood red. He wanted to kill the person in front of him who ruined his good deeds. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone, see you in the next video.